I look and see, it's not just me.
Jack, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see, it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense, but it makes.
Well, yes, of course.
But it makes wrestling booking sense. Of course, this makes no sense. Of course, okay, it makes no sense. However, in pro wrestling booking, which often makes no sense, you would do that. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. Wrestling's always been about making money first and foremost. That's it.
Yes, I look and see, it's not just me.
Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week.
I look and see, it's not just me.
Security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Get wild! Yeah!
If you're familiar with how we do things often here on these Wednesdays, it's a lot like one of my favorite movies, Time Cop.
What? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah!
It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills.
There he is, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah.
You can't literally run a promotion just for the AEW, what do they call them, sickos?
Thank you very much, TikTok and AEW. See you tonight.
Tony Khan started telling people there's no such thing as long-term booking anymore. It's week to week.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
We have just secured the bag.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It was just sort of happened naturally. But it was never something I intended. It was just something that happened because the wrestlers asked me to do things in matches, and I do them.
If you run a promotion just for the sickos, you're going to do 400,000 viewers eventually.
Mother effing melts.
You know that SmackDown actually went over and everything?
Yeah.
You know,
What's the point?
the point of SmackDown.
What are you getting at here?
That the DVRs didn't pick it up.
Did they not pick it up?
Mine didn't.
Let's get into everybody's favorite moment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.
What would you like to listen to in your ears?
I'd like to hear the flute.
Well, if you'd like to flaunt your flute, then we can find you a flautist.
We have just secured the bag.
It doesn't help me.
Okay, so complain, but
I will complain.
Let me have my misery.
And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thank you, fuck you, bye. Boom.
You gotta run a promotion for everybody. The sickos can be the ones that buy tickets first and spend the most money on the merchandise.
Because we have just secured the bag.
But like, you got to promote for everybody. Then you'll have a lot of viewers.
I think we proved a lot of so-called experts. We made them look like idiots. We're not going anywhere. Tony Khan's not going anywhere.
You'll also be there on TNT. You'll be in 2 places at once. You'll be around like my favorite movie. Time Con. It's so great, Pittsburgh.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It sort of happened naturally.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
To keep themselves safe.
We don't want to make false accusations here on the program, Brian. We do not want to accuse people of behavior, either unsavory behavior, possibly criminal behavior, certainly behavior that shouldn't be imitated. We don't want to do that if they're not guilty of it.
If you want outlaw but shows, you know just where to go. Tony Khan.
And a game 6 is far more likely than a game 7. And actually, there was only a 28.1%
Well,
chance.
it's kind of shot out, got diarrhea of the mouth. Tony Khan.
So, but the series was going on, 28.1% chance. So about
He just lies and he cries, might be high on cocaine.
People on Twitter are calling Tony Khan either Tony Yayo, the cocaine cowboy, or Herb Abrams Jr.
I don't think it was Coke, but let's go back to this.
If you love New Japan, there's no bigger fan than Tony Khan.
Whoa. That person is Adam Cole, baby.
MJF got
And now to the man of the hour. Can someone get him a vodka with Metamucil? Blonde, great in-ring wrestler, great on the mic, a womanizer, 16-time champion, but enough about Kurt Hennig. Ric Flair has been paid millions and millions and millions of dollars by Vince McMahon, and he didn't have to fuck them.
Ooh, what's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Live Show, yeah. Episode 123. I am your host, the infallible Phil Marks. Can I get a yeah? How you doing, guys? How you doing? Wow, we've been hanging out a lot together lately. Tonight we're only on YouTube, so if you know anybody who likes the show on Twitter, fucking send them over to YouTube. You know, everybody go like and retweet my tweet on my Twitter. Tweet, twat. Okay? Twitter.com/@prowrestletimes. That's where I'm at on fucking Twitter. Okay? So you guys retweet that, post it, let everybody know we're not on X tonight. And that would be more than welcome. How y'all doing, man? We're coming off the back of Dynasty. Which was a tremendous watch along, a huge success. I mean, we had 600 people watching us. Absolutely phenomenal. Tonight, not so much. We got like 100 here total across both channels, right? We're just starting though. So yeah, I'm actually going to post this. We are not on X tonight. Come to YouTube. Fire emoji. Post that, everybody. Go share it if you don't mind. You don't got to though, right? Just hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't. You guys already know. I'm I'm going to try and bring you guys a members show tomorrow or the next day. I'm dropping the pod with Grapple Vision tomorrow in the morning. 100 million billion %. It's ready to go, uploaded for the morning. And if you follow me on like Spotify and Apple and shit, you'll get it early, the audio version. You'll get it tonight. And yeah, that is because, you know, Swerve called out Booker T after the Dynasty thing. And so I was like, you know, let me just hold off on this. And so I got a gang of videos coming, podcasts coming, tremendous guests. I cannot wait. And thank you all for staying locked in with PWT, man, the #1 pro wrestling live show, live comedy talk show, at least in my mind. Judas in my mind. So I'm a little bit late. Usually I like to start like a half hour earlier than this for all the East Coast players, and because I like to rip through news. So I'm not going to like take too much time. We're just going to jump right into that because there's not a whole terrible whack of a lot, but there is a lot. It's juicy and worth the squeeze. I have a whole gang of sicko action that I kind of wanted to get to, so maybe we'll do that throughout the night because I really don't have much WWE news, I got to be honest. So, yeah, consider becoming a member, 99 cents. Hit like, super chats are welcome. You guys know that. Patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes, where I will be uploading the entire me and Awful reacting to the Charlotte Flair Tiffy clip. That whole thing got nuked from that stream. And so that will be on Patreon. Okay. So make sure you check that out over there. Anything that gets clipped that's significant, you know, that I can't be on YouTube goes over there. There's also videos of like me watching punked, every wrestler get punked. There's videos of like me reacting to my 10 minutes of Tony Khan version, the uncut version as well. Okay. Because again, YouTube has an edited down version here that's only 6 minutes long after a while. But either way, guys, that's my plugs here. Here we go. We know WWE are watching. We know that. So speaking of WWE, here is the card for this evening here. We have Rollins will be here. We have El Grande Americano returns to action. We have Penta versus Dom. Gunther will be there. Jay will be there. And then Women's Intercontinental Championship. That's what we knew as of yesterday. So if they added anything or flipped anything around, Lyra Valkyria. Oh, yeah, we have that. Yeah, so, I mean, all the stars. This isn't AEW. We can just, you know, we expect a decent enough television program. We know El Grande is going to be solid. We know this match will be good. We know Gunther and Jay will hopefully cook promo-wise, and Jay will give us some more impassioned stuff, or Jay bloodies up Gunther or tries to, but then gets, you know, it all goes awry, and then he's, you know, good stuff. And then Bayley, Lyra, they're doing so many title matches around Mania, boys and girls. Like, what's going on? Who's gonna win this one? I really don't fucking know. Because you just don't know right now. It's a good thing, and it's good that they can surround Mania with like title matches and stuff, because you want to tune into the shows and the title matches matter. I'm not sitting here going like, oh, I can't wait for a Lyra match. I think this is for tonight. Yeah, April 6th. This is dated. Okay. Yeah. So I was like, wait, again? Didn't we just get this match? I don't know. Bayley versus Lyra for the title. Sweet. You know, I'm sure it'll be a good match. Lyra will defend and Bayley will make her look good. That's my prediction, I guess. Whatever. Don't matter. What else do we have? Let's check out some news. I just want to see if we have any light news or anything that we can rip through. There's Creepy Stone Cold. I don't think we have. Well, we do have an MMA news. However, we do have an MMA news. However, I put it in WWE or Miscellaneous news for some reason. Oh, that's for. Okay, let me see. No TNA news. We're just ripping through, guys. You can see. Okay, Miscellaneous. I think I have like one or two. Yeah, so we have a few. 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100, right? So here, let me play a banjo for this. We'll rip through some light news. Then I'll check in with chat, I promise, okay? We're getting into it. I started a little late, guys. I know you understand. Okay, so Austin Aries resurfaced in MLW at MLW Battle Riot, and he's on the commentary team.
Austin Aries. How you doing, Dombrowski? Can you feel the electricity in the air? The biggest, most important MLW show ever. So, of course, you had to bring in the greatest color man that ever lived. And tonight...
Yeah, so he was good on commentary. There was a part where like people were doing hardcore shit in front of the announce desk, and then Dombrowski's like, "Oh, is that like I feel threatened?" And then Theory's like, "I never feel threatened." I don't know. He was just doing really good heel stuff. You gotta love it. Or Aries, pardon me. Did I just call him Theory? Pardon me. Yeah, Austin Theory has been running amok, of course, but Austin Aries, right? Has resumed. So Dijak and Bishop Dyer have teamed up at Battle Riot as well. At the start of the show, they beat the shit out of Matt Riddle and Filthy Tom Lawler.
Another 6'7" rank monster. And he's sliding out
This is what happens when you mess with Solid Roll. This is what happens.
St. Laurent is instructed to put the boots.
And then they were all in Battle Riot. It was actually a really fun match. And the event itself, I mean, if you like Lucha, Tony Khan, if you're Dave Meltzer, you would love this. But overall, the match, the Battle Riot itself was good. And it had a lot of repeat luchas as well. So it's like if you didn't watch that shit, you know, you'd be totally fine with just the Battle Riot match itself. Because I get if you watch the whole event and then you're like, oh, that Battle Riot, I don't know there, Phil. You know, I could totally see that. So moving along here, we have a clip of Sid Vicious, who was happy to hear about David Arquette returning to wrestling in 2018. And let's listen to the response from one of the goats here.
Did you hear Arquette is back wrestling now? Have you heard that?
No. With who?
Independent. Apparently, he wants to make his name for himself on the indies to try and get the respect back.
Well, that's good for him.
If he watches this clip, if I post it as an individual clip, would you ever be open to wrestling David Arquette in Great North Wrestling?
Sure, I'd work with you anytime.
What would you tell David Arquette right now?
I'd tell him what my finish is, powerbomb. That's all you need to know.
Did you hear Arquette is back wrestling now? Have you heard that?
No.
So what's the finish? I'd tell him powerbomb. That's old school. That's awesome. Let's listen to Roger Ebert, known hater, okay? Roger Ebert, okay, who defends the merits of pro wrestling during his Ready to Rumble 2000 review, which is awesome because I love this movie, Ready to Rumble, speaking of David Arquette. And, yeah, you know, Ebert and Rope are known fucking haters. You know what I mean?
But it just didn't hit me. I'm not a wrestling fan, although I admit I've seen a couple of SmackDowns on the WWF. And I did like the ability to poke fun at the world of wrestling.
Wrestling is not dumb. I mean, the way they create these characters and write these scenarios and present these shows and do these stunts and special effects and barbed wire and flames.
Millions of people can't be wrong. I understand what you're saying.
Be treated, I think, in a smart comedy.
But it just didn't hit me. I'm not a wrestling fan, although I admit I've seen a couple of SmackDowns on the WWF. And I did like...
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Him defending the merit of pro wrestling. According to George, we're like the smartest sports fans on the planet or something. So the Good Brothers are seemingly coming to MLW. I'm not going to... It's just they're coming, and then you see Pause, right? No Diddy. And then you see like the Beers, and then you see the Bullets. So it's obviously the Good Brothers, right? Beers and Bullets. It looks like a fucking Spike TV commercial. Am I right, guys? No. You guys remember those? You guys remember those or not? Here, sorry, I'm just sending a link. I don't know if they'll be able to make it, but possibly. You never know. Okay, so someone just dropped me a piece of news there in the DMs. That was awesome. So, Olivia Rodrigo is at CMLL and wearing a fucking lucha mask. Mexico City, my first stadium and my first hot air balloon. One of my fave weeks ever. Or maybe that's not what happened and she's doing her own stadium in Mexico and she just wore lucha mask. I don't fucking know. But either way, hot girls love pro wrestling. Don't forget, I don't even really know Olivia Rodrigo. I'm not like overly familiar with her songs. I probably couldn't name one. And like I couldn't point her out of a crowd, just to be perfectly honest. But the name is like you hear it all the time, or like on the radio or whatever. Your girlfriend or whatever. Yeah, you have a sibling or something. They all fucking like a Olivia Rodrigo song. But anyways, breaking news. So yeah, your boy Duke Hansen. Do. No, that's not them. What did they sing? Bop, bip, top, da, do, bop, dibba, dab. So Duke Hansen. Not Duke Hudson. Duke Hansen will be at ROW. So that's good to see. Rob Van Dam, spoiler alert, it's been a minute, but yeah, he entered the Battle Riot and got a fucking big pop.
What the hell?
What?
Number 40 is Rob Van Dam!
There's like a 40-man Royal Rumble where you can get pinned or thrown over the top rope or tapped out, and RVD just got a monster pop, dude, at this Battle Riot. He came out as number 40. Matt Riddle wins it 2 years in a row, though. He's the first guy to do that. And for the first time, the MLW title was on the line at this Battle Riot show. And I think you should go check it out. It's free on YouTube. Just go and watch fast forward through everything except for the angle with Dyer and Dijak to hear the heat. And then you watch the Battle Riot match. You don't need, and I'm so sorry, I'm not trying to diss any wrestlers in between, but you don't need to watch anything else in between, Watch Cruel's Contra promo or vignette. That's it. That's all you got to see in the middle.
The whole show.
And if he wins the world title, he'll be the whole earth.
And see, there's Cruel. He's like a deathmatch Kane. I can't implore people enough to check him out. He's fucking awesome, His gimmick would work in WWE for sure. He's like a modern day Abyss. And then he's with Dyer and Dijak, right? And they're cooking over in MLW. And look at the crowd, like
The show. Rob Van Dam has entered MLW Battle Riot, and he's kicking ass.
Yeah, so he starts whooping ass and hitting all his moves. Van Dam hasn't lost a step or a froggy leap, so make sure you guys go and check that out. Here's a picture of Sting. He's become Thor. He's become a member of ZZ Top, okay? And this version of Sting's awesome, where the beard's painted too. Like, I wonder if you have to pay extra for the beard paint too. But yeah, dude, he's there signing like WWF Legends posters. I wonder if he's like, what the fuck? What am I doing? But no, Sting just looking amazing in that picture right there with the beard. If he comes back, I hope it's with the beard. So Jeff Cobb, who's 42, mind you. So I wonder if WWE really is eyeing him up. And if they are, he's definitely going to the main roster first thing. But Jeff Cobb took aim at internet reports saying he was WWE bound and announced his IWGP World Heavyweight Challenge to whoever wins the main event between Goto and Finlay. So, he's a tag champ. I think he has 2 belts. You can see right there, Cobb 2 belts. And he's saying like, I'm next in line for the other belt. I believe that's what he's saying. And it's like, I don't know why all of a sudden all the sheets were like, oh, he's going to WWE. Like, where did that come from? Just out of nowhere. And he's like, I think he just competed in a tournament as well. So I don't know if it's even true or not, but leave it to the sheets to jump the gun. Here's what Jeff Cobb had to say.
Come on. Boys. Come on. Yes. Everybody up. To his first championship goals, and definitely not last.
Like he just won the belt. Tag belts.
Make it quick. I gotta go too. Hey. Come on.
Oh, it's just a video of him cracking up some cold ones. What? Yeah. That's cool. I thought we actually got a statement from him, but he did say some shit about this, and basically he's like, oh yeah, I'm headed to the feds, that's why I'm doing this and that. So just keep an eye on that. I don't know if they're interested in a Cobb though. Eric Bischoff reveals Vince McMahon was recently in discussions with BKFC, which, if you guys don't know, Conor McGregor owns a chunk of as well. And so Bischoff said, speaking with CanadaCasino.ca, so a good old Canadian website, pal. Bischoff says, do I see at least a possibility on paper that Vince could invest as an investor in another wrestling organization? Yeah, here's what I know for a fact. I know for a fact that Vince is exploring opportunities in combat sports, at least as recently as about 3 months ago. So that leads me to believe that there is an interest, at least in doing something in the world of combat sports entertainment. I know this because he was dealing with someone that I was dealing with at the same time, and I heard the dialogue or portions of it back and forth. So I know this to be true, and it was substantiated and confirmed by another third party, so that I know it is a fact. And that tells me if that's a fact, then there sure is a possibility. Vince is 78 years old. I don't know what kind of condition he's in right now. I know he's gone through some back issues and stuff like that, but he probably feels like he's 35. The fact that he's 78 isn't going to slow him down. Slow me down. Oh, no. Just kidding. Vince will work until the day he draws his last breath. He's passionate. He loves to be busy. He loves a challenge, and Vince loves to fight. Bischoff did note that BKFC had decided against moving forward with any plans with McMahon, though he didn't know why. And yeah, there you go, man. I don't know why they wouldn't go with him. They go with Conor McGregor. I mean, if you guys look into him right now, he's no better. In fact, you could even argue worse. What he's like accused and found guilty or whatever, charged with. I'm not sure. I'm not a legal jargon guy. This is a comedy show and I'm an idiot. But yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy if he is like trying to get into BKFC. I'm not like surprised though whatsoever by that. So okay, guys, that was let's play a banjo. That was your boy Miscellaneous News. Okay, let's check in with chat, guys. MBDBDBF says PWT MF. Swanman Hunter says, are you ready for 2? Welcome. Rabid Wolverines LC Killer 17 for 2 says Swerve needs to get his ass. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody gonna get their wig split. Beat him up, break his neck. Yeah, he's clowning right now, man. I gotta be honest. So we're gonna talk about some of that. And I have a juicy pod tomorrow morning. We break down the whole chase and rants aspect of this all, okay? With Grapple Vision, the expert in this field, okay? I assure you. And we go over all of the Swerve Booker T beef and the chase and rant stuff. And then today we're gonna talk about the whole fuck Booker T thing. Moose Knuckle Moose, what's up, buddy? Out there touching grass or what? We haven't seen you in a while, man. Vince also likes glass bottom boots. Okay. Man, SRS plays with his own sass. Okay. I'm buffering, bro. Am I buffering? Is everything good? Hopefully, if my mic's crackling or anything, let me know. StreamYard sometimes works like shit. Today seems to be one of those days. Like I can see my banners like a little laggy, and like last night we had how many people watching? I had fucking people in with me on the show as well, right? So you figure, I don't know how the internet works or how these Egyptians built these energy tubes or whatever. Okay. Whatever they're saying these days, but it's like you'd think last night it would be sucking up more of the internet juices, or whatever. But no, this is on StreamYard, bro. This is a StreamYard issue. If there's anything, I'm telling you. Anywho, Devo's been a member for 2 months. I promised Swerve would never say that to Booker's face. Yeah, I promised too, because Booker T confronted him and he didn't, and Swerve didn't say that to his face. So right there, we know. Or anyone else he had beef with. He's not cut from that cloth. Wanna be a soft pusillanimous boy. Damn, Devo does not like Swerve. Here's the thing. I'm sure there are people in the world that Swerve would say something like that to. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. Like, he would not say that to Booker. And people are like, "Oh, Booker's 65." I don't give a shit, bro. Like, he fucking. There's also a thing like just being about it. You know what I mean? And Booker's, come on, man. He's like been to prison. I don't know. I don't want to mix it up or offend anybody, but he's been like, trust me, he's been to like big boy jail, and he's from the big boy streets. You know, it's just, it doesn't matter. You could be 75. You know. But yeah, we're gonna talk about all that Swerve stuff in just a moment here. Here we go. So let's check in here. The Egyptian energy tubes. Cue the flutes, dude. Yeah, man. The blackout. That's why they watch this show. They're locked in. Egyptian energy tubes. Oh my god. So I'm just trying to see here. We ran through light news. What do we have? Because we don't have a whole awful lot of anything. WWE news we can save for throughout the show. Or should we just knock it out right now, just based off the fact that it starts in 2 minutes? Yeah, because Adam Pearce. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's head over to WWE news right now. Adam Pearce has a breaking announcement. WWE news for you fools. There we go. Yeah, we do have breaking news, legit breaking news. So, Scrap Daddy AP has officially made the IC title match confirmed for WrestleMania.
All right, everybody. Adam Pearce here live in Minneapolis as we prepare for Monday Night Raw. Right now, I got to bring you a little bit of breaking news. The Intercontinental Championship will be defended at WrestleMania as the champion Braun Breaker puts the title on the line against Penta, Dirty Dom Mysterio, and Finn Balor in a fatal four-way match. That's right, it's Breaker, Penta, Mysterio, and Balor.
Allegedly. That's all I'll say there, right? Husey, what's up? Thanks for sending me that one as I go on air, as I was going on air. So some of the new guys are pussies, Drew McIntyre says about new wrestlers in the current era.
Where, I don't know whether it's pride of being a wrestler and being tough, where you wouldn't want to turn to the referee and go, yeah, I need to quit. Like,
unless I was dead, I would continue the match.
Yeah,
and it's that simple. I've seen guys, you know, like Triple H tore his quad off of the board.
Yeah.
Continued the match and got put in a maneuver, the Walls of Jericho, where he's held in a maneuver that hurts your quads in general, and his was not attached.
Yeah,
like that's the kind of mentality most of our superstars have.
Yeah.
Maybe that's some of, because some of the new guys are freaking pussies. But
See, that shot's at AEW. He's like, that's the mentality our guys have, and he's like, well, maybe some of them don't. Some of the new guys are pussies. So who's he talking about? The LFG guys? You know, he's not talking about fucking Obafemi and these people who. He's not talking about the Creed brothers who are like shoot legit coaching the Ultimate Fighter right now with Daniel Cormier. And obviously Drew's just healing. But if if there is any semblance of truth to that, you know what he's talking about, dude. And some people might go, oh, well, AEW wrestlers get slammed on bats and shit like that. But I just feel like he's taking a shot at just the diva mentality of a lot of younger wrestlers. I'm not grouping. I know Moxley's a vet. Hey, Moxley's a WWE guy. Let's be honest, right? Like, he was world champ. I would gladly accept him back in WWE as Dean Ambrose, right? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Vince was the only one who had the secret sauce for that guy, though. Like, who knows if Triple H could reel him in. But anyways, you know, he's like, our guys, but then he's like, well, the new guys. But it's like, well, who's the new guys, you know?
Because it won't know. Just the Undertaker. I saw a doctor.
So it's not like he's burying his NXT compadres or whatever, or Punk, right? Usually he's just trying to find ways to take shots at Punk. So I don't know why he just swerved into that. But Kevin Nash on Io Sky. Kevin Nash, man, some of his takes, I don't know about them. Here's his thoughts on Io Sky.
Where does Io Sky fit in with these two?
Are you guys not watching Raw every week? What do you mean? Where does Io Sky fit in with these two?
She's very athletic.
And that's fine if you're not, but just be like, oh, I'm a cash. I don't see where she fits in, like on a in her work. But I mean, on the grand scheme, she's so over. You know, like she's the fucking workhorse of that match.
She's diminutive
to the physics.
She's diminutive. She doesn't have the fluidity. Her striking's not. I don't think her striking's believable. She does okay with her feet. She does well reversing reversing moves, but that's all that's that shit where fucking they go off the top rope and it looks like Rhea's gonna kill her, and then Rhea does the sell job, and then when you watch it in slow motion for the 9th time, you realize, oh, she got her legs under.
Where are you watching it in slow motion 9 times in a row, Nash? Love you, bud. One of my all times is Kevin Nash personally, but where are you watching it in slow mo 9 times?
Like a Canadian destroyer move. Every time you see that, you're like, so who got hurt? They didn't both get hurt, like
right?
You know.
I mean, I'm not going to argue that when it comes to the destroyer. So Drew McIntyre responds to people who call wrestling fake in 2025 as Raw comes on the air here.
So I know obviously all wrestlers and wrestling fans hate the phrase "it's fake," and because it's not, it's scripted. You know, like the things you do out there are incredibly tough on the body.
If anyone can figure out how to fake gravity, please tell me first. Every time I jump up, I keep freaking falling down and it hurts.
A lot of these, these interactions that you have with superstars seem so real, but I think a lot of people still perceive them as fake, and it can be very confusing for fans, I think, especially people maybe that don't watch wrestling, to think that everything is just a performance and an act, but it's truly not.
No, we're like live action soap opera. We do our takes in front of a live audience, very interactive product. We never claimed for it to be real. It's so bizarre in 2025. People are saying,
Bert Kreischer and his wife Leanne are sitting behind the commentary booth right now, just so you guys know.
It's fake. What's wrong with you? You go to Daniel Day-Lewis and say, movies are not real, by the way. And he would get offended because he's such a method actor. I don't. That's the difference. But it's just bizarre in 2025. People still think that way rather than we know what it is. We have our fans. There's a reason we have our fans. There's a reason we have millions and millions and millions of fans literally all across the world, billions of social media. Give it a shot. I'll even go back and forth and explain it to you, what makes it so different, what makes it so unique. But the key thing is just give it a try. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But generally, for my buddies in Scotland who weren't the biggest wrestling fan, just watch it because I'm in it. As they come and check out a live show, and when they experience it live, the spectacle, the athleticism, when they see it up close, they're like, God, like there's so much to this than I thought there was. Just the spectacle was just incredible. They want to talk about everybody but me. They're like, God, that one guy is a freaking giant. That girl, she did all those flips. There's something for everybody. We're such a smorgasbord of entertainment. We never claimed to be the things that people don't watch us say we are. So I always say, just give it a freaking chance. We might just hook you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting popular again, dude. I don't know what this waffling show is, but so Batista misses wrestling.
Did you know?
He says he doesn't want to tarnish his storybook ending. And this is with Giga Chad Van Vliet here as we get a recap of Bianca and everything. And Rhea and Io, which Nash doesn't understand.
Did you know when it was your last match? Did you know it was going to be your last match?
I did. I just didn't tell anybody else. And then
Nobody.
Because I didn't want it to be I didn't want it to be a big ordeal. I didn't want to, go out and do the tour and give a speech. I wanted to have my match and I wanted to call it a career. So I wanted to go out on my own terms.
I want to see your last match.
Yeah, it was great. I'm really proud of it. It was in New York.
And you won.
I lost. Yeah.
You lost.
You got to go out on your back.
Got to go out on your back.
Just like the Killers game.
Yeah, so whoever's going to be there,
Did you know you were going to lose?
I did, yeah, I knew. Yeah.
Is
That
that
was
how
the
it
way I
works?
wanted to go out. This is like a dream for me. This is why it's so perfect. It's
Say what you will about Batista, but I mean, just that alone, too. I always loved Batista. I was in that era of Evolution. Like, that's where, like Orton was the shit. And, like, I was in the Attitude Era, but, like, just after that, I was really, I was, like, in my double digits and all of that, so.
such a romantic way. Like,
all those OVW guys. That's why Corny's like so goated. It's like he trained all those guys that I grew up who were like all my guys, you know?
wrestlers don't get to choose the way they go out. Yeah. I did. I went out on my own terms, the way I wanted, with the guy I wanted to go out with. Yeah. And I will never tarnish that. It's not that I don't miss it. Yeah. I miss the crowd. I miss the energy of the crowd. I dream about walking out and hearing my entrance music. Mm-hmm. But I know if I do that, I will just tarnish my storybook ending, and I'm just not willing to
Have you been really close to going back or being very tempted?
Oh, good question. It's it's always temptation because I miss it, and every time I hear my music, I just I want that feeling again. It's like a drug. It's and
I want to know what your music is.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, it's good.
It's great. It just fires.
I don't know much
up.
about wrestling, and I'm realizing this now.
He's turning this girl in the Killer's Game movie, her and, pardon me, Batista and Giga Chad Van Vliet are converting her into a goddamn wrestling fan live. You know what I mean? Like right there in real time, we're seeing it. Fucking amazing. That's why Van Vliet's the GOAT. And Izzy Moreno got WWE ID'd. So here's like the Bailey fan all grown up. We don't need to watch her whole thing, but she got officially WWE ID'd. And she, is we saw her in the crowd, in the audience, her whole youth during the black and gold era. And now she's a wrestler herself and is talking shit to Mercedes Moné online and has been WWE ID'd. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was WWE news. We'll get into AEW. We'll get into Swerve Booker stuff in a bit. Here we go. Heel Bianca coming out wearing all black. And we're going to see like a contract signing. I'm locked in with you guys here on the roll. Bad girl Bianca now, right? Now here comes Rhea. Yeah, man. WrestleMania season cooking up. How many weeks are we away? We're like 2 weeks away officially now. So we have this Raw and then one more Raw. Am I correct about that or am I off on that? I'll pull up a goddamn calendar. So we have Raw, and then it's WrestleMania. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So last Raw, and then we have, Raw. And then when's Double or Nothing? When the fuck is Double or Nothing? Jeez, I'm going to look that up. Because I forgot that was before All In. Jeepers. I don't know. Where is All In? Did they not say when it is? April, May. Oh, it's in May. Okay, May 25th. So that's not for a while, thank God. But yeah, I'll just watch those AEW pay-per-views with you guys. But so as far as this is the penultimate Raw. So we have this Raw, one more Raw watch along. So right before Mania on the Wednesday live show, we will do an epic because they're not going to announce any matches on the SmackDown, and right, like everything will be made final probably by the last Raw. So maybe we'll end that show with a Mania preview, or we'll end the Wednesday show with a WrestleMania card rundown, or I could do a podcast. Yeah, I might just do a PWT pod. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'll record a very special one with some great guests. and we'll do like a prediction WrestleMania show specifically for that. That will come out before Mania. That's the way to do it. Good shit. So yeah, Rhea's been added. That's official. We know that now. No, Ken's welcome. Ken's welcome. We're not going to ban him. Mommy got what she wanted. Yeah, exactly, Miss October. It's good to see Moose Knuckle in here. Moose, we've had like fucking 600 people watching these shows, and you tune into the one where we're only on YouTube, and there's like not even 200 of us. So Tom Reed for 5 says, bless you, Phil. You saved me 50 last night. Hey, brother, if I can do that, save a lot of people.
Sometimes
you know what
in
they
life,
say.
you gotta be a hoe.
Right? I took punishment. I was tired too. I just slept for hours. Like I had the longest, deepest sleep ever. Okay. And that's why I was late getting to this. I was like, I gotta eat. I feel like I need caffeine too. I might need to beg my wife to make me an iced coffee here or something. Thank you, Tom Reed. Bianca's cooking right now.
Bianca, you really think that I'm scared? Shut up! Give me the contract. You don't want enough to get here. What you want? Want you in a minute.
And EO's just there, you know? But where this is genius is it's not like that's the role, like that's worked into it. When Seth was just standing there during the Roman Punk stuff last week, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is he just standing there? You know, but with EO, it's like she's the afterthought, but she's the actual champion and she's getting fed up. Like they worked it into the story. It was smart how they did this. Because it's bound to happen when you have so many fucking triple threats and stuff. Miss October 30 gifted a Pro Wrestle Clip.
Are you sure about that?
Thank
Sometimes in life,
you.
you gotta be a hoe.
Hopefully someone got that. Hopefully our biggest hater or our greatest friends. Yeah, Bert Kreischer behind the fucking commentary.
Becomes the world champ at WrestleMania. Yeah, it's obviously not a favorable or desirable match for a champion, but Io Sky doesn't care at this point. And these three are finally going to settle this in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Bert's there. I'm just watching Bert while I'm listening to commentary because I'm trying to see, like, what is he pointing out? What is he reacting to? What does he think is cool? Io better win. I swear to God, bro. Okay, so I'm trying to think here. Here, I'll do this off screen actually, so you guys can get. I'm trying to think like what we're gonna do for this AEW news. How I'm gonna do this. Do we have a lot? There's not a lot at all, but it's some key stuff we gotta get to. We gotta get to. Better get. Get. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this AEW news in a minute. I know how I'm gonna do it. Here we go, Carlito. Do they finally have 2K25? Yeah, they do, because Carlito's discovering he's rated 77. That's hilarious.
The Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Dude, like I was saying earlier, I didn't know you wanted the title shot too much. I guess the more the merrier, right?
That's exactly thinking when I got into agree that someone can match, because what's better than one member of the Judgment Day fighting for the
So yeah, Liv is the one who got Dom in the match. So we have a 4-way for the IC, a 3-way for the women's world, a 3-way between Punk, Roman, Seth. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not too bad. At least like the US isn't a multi-man, and then I'm fearful the tag is going to be like one of the tags will have like a gauntlet, but then that's not so bad because they made the other tag match a you just called him a loser. But you know, the other tag match is I think there's like a number one contender, or there's like a 3-way tag match to determine the number one contenders for Mania or whatever. So it's not overstuffed with multi-mans. Like if you have 2 on each night, I guess that's not the end of the world. The Mall of America, biggest mall in the US. Too many 3 and 4 ways, but hold up though. There's only a few, I think. So if you really think about it, across 2 4-hour cards and it's WrestleMania, right? You have 3 triple threats or whatever that is. 2 triple threats and a fatal 4-way. That's not too bad. But I get where it's like, well, why don't you have a definitive contender and then the 4-ways between like some undercard guys, and the winner of that gets the shot after the Mania. I get that aspect of it too, though. Trust me. Like, okay, so Bailey's making her entrance during commercial break, and so we'll dive into some news. Everybody, Ichi ni Sanda. So last night was AEW Wrestle Dynasty, and you know, a lot of people are triggered. You know, as we sort of discerned on PWT live show, you know, it makes most sense if Moxley holds it and drops it at Double or Nothing, or like the world title, that is, or All In. Like one of those make the most sense if you're really trying to make someone, you know, and Swerve will always be there. He's always an ass kiss for AEW. So here are the 2. There wasn't a lot. These post scrums are just, they're not even worth it really anymore, to be perfectly honest. But Tony Khan did have some incredibly cringe moments that we have to go over. Here is the first of them. Tony Khan talks about how when he was a kid, he was friends with many grown adult men on the internet.
It was the first time I met most of my best friends in real life.
So he met these people. When did NAMBLA go out of or whatever that thing's called? Wasn't there a South Park on NAMBLA? Didn't that go out of business or whatever that organization was, right? Was that around the same time? I don't know.
I don't know.
All I'm saying. Right?
It was the first time I met most of my best friends in real life. Before it was like a normal thing to have like online friends and people you didn't like interact with in real life. In like 1996, that was not normal, especially when you're like 13 and a lot of your friends are like in college. And
hold on. What did he just say?
that was not normal, especially when you're like 13 and a lot of your friends are like in college. And we're here tonight at the show. So I would absolutely love to run there. It would be a reunion of some old friends, and I think that would be really cool if we could go to the 23.
Oh yeah, you know, I've been going to frat parties since I was 7. What the fuck? This is madness, dude. And here's the other thing. You what? See, AEW's like this old, out of touch kind of thing. It's the older internet marks that he sort of fit in with. Right? So even though he's sort of a younger cat, that's why this all was for naught. Because this dude wasn't forward thinking. He was like, no, New Japan from 2010, Ring of Honor from 06 is the best wrestling. You know? And, you know, it's the old heads. Dave's like, oh, I wonder why the audience is skewing older. Well, because they're telling us to use parental controls or don't watch it. And they're parading out Rizzler dolls at the same time that they're spike batting fucking Moxley and stuff.
Sometime it was the first time.
Yeah, Tony Khan. I think South Park made an episode about don't make friends on the internet, kids. You know. So here's the many faces of Tony Khan. So another many faces video.
Thrilled, super happy ending. It's not, it's a longer story you're trying to tell. But do you ever consider
and listen to this Mark going, Tony, we understand what you're trying to do. Trust me, like we wouldn't dare criticize like anything you've ever done, but like Tony, like you like I get it, right? Like it's a long story that you're trying to tell, even though last year you said you don't believe in long-term storytelling, but it's like there's a long story you're trying to tell, and like actually. And I wasn't sent here by Meltzer, but and I know this is a softball. Actually, it's like a T-ball, and it's like a wiffle ball on a T-ball. But like, Tony, I know it's a long term, but have you ever thought maybe that like fans don't really like the Death Riders? But I'm not saying that, but other fans maybe are saying that. I really hope this doesn't hurt your feelings. And look at Tony's face as he's saying this to him, the roller coaster of emotion.
Thrilled, super happy ending. It's not, it's a longer story you're trying to tell. But do you ever consider sort of changing the plan, calling an audible, in other words? You're looking at
I remember that.
When there is this large sense of people not being happy with something, like, do you take that into consideration, or is it just you're going to
Absolutely, I take that into consideration.
Okay. Thrilled, super happy ending.
Yes. I do remember that. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that was a bad time. I don't know. Yeah. Well, absolutely. Fucking. I don't get it. I gotta save that one too. So here was Toni Storm at the press conference. She's just a gem, and she reads Tony Khan a funny poem here.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose cock was so big he could suck it. He said with a grin, wiping jizz from his chin, if my ear were a pussy, I'd fuck it.
Oh.
And now, any questions?
So she comes and does a poem about him sucking his own dick and fucking his own ear if it was a vagina.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose cock was so big he could suck it. He said with a grin, wiping jizz from his chin, if my ear were a pussy, I'd fuck it.
Oh.
And now, any questions?
So that is hilarious. But at
there
the
once
same
was
time,
a man.
These are the people getting Big Boom AJ to wrestle on their show, and they're dressing the Rizzler up like Orange Cassidy and selling dolls to, I guess, men from Nantucket, dudes from Nantucket, right? Who want to fuck their own ears. And no, I'm joking, but you guys get it? Like, who is this show for? Who are you selling Rizzler dolls to? Why would a parent want to give that to their kid? That's all I'm saying, right? Like they just really need to figure out what they're doing and why they're doing what they're doing. And like, that is hilarious. I'm not triggered by her telling this hilarious fucking poem. I think, there once was a man from Nantucket. His dick was so big he could suck it. Like, I'm all for it. That's hilarious. But like, I guess the Rizzler wasn't on this show, but if he was, like, what's fucking crazy, man? So, yeah, a little wild he let her do that, but is what it is. And so it was confirmed that Bryan Danielson was backstage at AEW Dynasty as well. That's great. We did really great stuff. Here is Will Osprey talking about how AEW is sports-based, bruv. But I disagree. I think that if you, like, this is a lie, or he doesn't understand what sports-based is. If you turn on the NFL or NBA or MLB, and then you turn on WWE after or AEW, and then like let's say you showed somebody an NFL game, an MLB game, an NBA game, and then you showed someone an a WWE show and an AEW show side by side, and you said, what's closer to sports? We know what they would pick. We know what everyone would pick. You know what I mean? So this is, again, like a fantasy delusion that Tony tricked everyone. Oh, it's more like sports. Okay, why? Football isn't just here's every play on the ground. We have stats, we have personalities, we have breakdowns, here's the coach giving his speech in between games. Here's, injury update. There's so much more that goes into it, right? And wrestling to the highest degree, because the stories are just as important as the matches. In fact, the matches are almost meaningless without the stories in pro wrestling, right? And where in sports, like the game is the most important part, but the stories elevated and have helped expand its reach to wider audiences, etc. You guys understand this in the PWT universe, but yes, just the sports-based aspect is not true. If you were to show an NFL game and then show WWE or AEW to someone and say, what's more like sports? WWE would get the nod every single time. But here's Bruv explaining his side of things as Lyra throws down with Bailey.
And I want to be at the forefront of it. I want to strap it onto my back and run as far as I can. Give me the ball, fam.
So what do you think distinguishes AEW, from other wrestling, companies?
Because I feel like a lot of the time that the other places are more drafted towards like the characters, and that's how they do their storytelling, is by like using this microphone. And not to say that we don't, but we are very much sports based.
Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. And here's the thing, saying like, oh, we just tell the story in the ring. No, then you tell the same story over and over, Osprey, and it's not good. It's played out. Did you not realize that? You're telling the same story. You're that episode we throw on when we're trying to fall asleep because we know it's going to happen next. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke. There's a real delusion with a subsection of wrestlers and wrestling fans, man, in 2025. There's a big disconnect. You know what I mean? For instance, if your football team, what's more sports-based? If your football team grinds the ball up the field and barely gives their opponents a chance to get the ball every game, and they go undefeated that fucking season, right? And they go undefeated, and they're not doing the flashy shit. They don't got, like, who's the best receiver right now doing the flashiest shit? They don't have, like, an OBJ type guy doing crazy catches and, but they win the chip because they lose one game all season and they win the chip. You're the best. You know what I mean, dude? You're the fucking best. So even using that, like, well, the physical, the match, it's like, no, still I'll break that down, how that doesn't work, because it's fucking kayfabe, bro. So it just doesn't work, Like if your team does the flashiest throws, if your team's showing up and doing Harlem Globetrotter shit, but they're losing every game, you're going to be like, stop doing that. Just pass the fucking ball. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking hit a layup. So again, it's just like, I don't know if these guys don't watch sports or what. He's wearing like an Assassin's Creed meets Dragon Ball hoodie or jacket here or something like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know if these dudes like only play video games, which is cool. I love gaming too, but like, and hey man, I don't follow every fucking game. I'm super busy. I get it. But like, have you never seen a sport? I don't get it. You had the opportunity to be the sports base, but you fucking let WWE figure out how to do it better than y'all. When everybody was like, oh, look, they're the sports based company. WWE's like, okay, well, we'll be that. And now they're that, and you guys aren't. You're the fucking spike bat, exploding boot, Young Bucks company. Briefcase for a title, Young Bucks company.
Always say, like, you wouldn't watch like Premier League football or soccer to you guys. Yeah. And it's just kind of like the show is like 90% of them talking, and then finally they kick a ball. We are 90% wrestling and 10% less talk.
It's funny. No, so he's absolutely wrong. Again, I just don't think you watch there's a reason that there's a pre-game show, a post-game show, there's a halftime report. Osprey, you don't know what you're talking about. That's what I mean. These guys don't know what they're talking about. And I'm sorry, dude. Well, what, have you taken a bump, bruv? No. Have you restored the feeling, bruv? No. No, I've never been employed by Tony. I apologize, but like, listen, it's, you know, I played sports. What do you? I watch sports though. Like you, what are you talking about, man? The fuck are you talking about? There's literally courtside reporting where, you know, they cut to a hot blonde lady and she's sitting there going, well, you know, LeBron has had the flu this week. And during practice, he said, there's literally that commentary over the fucking matches, the talking. Osprey, this is the problem right here.
I could say this because years ago when we first started the show, I did a parody of wrestling at that time, which I felt was tons of talk. And it's great. And if you have the personality, a larger life, that's great. But it was, and then very little wrestling. So it was just a lot of smack talking. Again, the pageantry and stuff is cool. What you guys deliver is the nuts and bolts. You're going to get the physicality.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that separates us a lot of the time, because we actually put the main presentation on wrestling. And I think that's not done that much. It is so like,
and that's chill, man. But I don't know, dude. Like other shows do mostly wrestling too. Like TNA is mostly in-ring action when you turn the show on. So, at least in my opinion, you know, it's like split very well. There is a lot of talking, but it's the right amount. And now what is AEW doing? And everyone's saying they're cooking. They're talking more. They're doing more vignettes. So that's just it, bruv. Like this is like a cope thing they were saying that even Tony doesn't believe in anymore.
alien to people where they just go like, what do you mean you just wrestle? And it's just like, it's in the name, bruv. It's all elite wrestling. You don't come in here with like all basic wrestling. It's all elite wrestling. You've got to be the top of the game.
Right. So I would say like what you know, what Cody Rhodes or Punk or Drew McIntyre or, you know, name a bunch of these guys. I would say that's elite wrestling. Personally, in my mind, I don't know. Maybe that's subjective. Elite, right? Okay. Well, the more guys who can do the more athletic shit. Okay. I think pound for pound, there's better athletes in WWE, though. Even just the guys who can't wrestle good. Think about the NIL scouting they're doing as well. So I don't know about that. Is it all that, or is it just like you guys really want cool moves where guys shoot, can cuss each other and shit like that? I think that's all it is, you know? You just want to watch fighting, but you don't like want to watch UFC. Like that's, you know, that's not fake enough for you, but pro wrestling's not real enough for the sickos. You know, that's what I think. So speaking of sickos, Marina Shirakawa, well, I'm not going to play this, but there's English subtitles. She tells a story about how she like idolizes Ric Flair. She loves him, right? And when she met him, she went up to him and was like, woo! And then he got mad and told her and yelled at her to shut up. So how fucking funny is that, dude? So what happened here after the show went off the air? Dynasty goes off the air. And here is what Swerve Strickland had to say about Booker T, even though he didn't have the balls to say this shit to Booker T to his face when Booker T confronted him in person, which is what AJ Francis said. He goes, N-words be so tough 20 or 2,000 miles away and so quiet 2 feet away. Okay?
He be like, shut the fuck up. I be quiet.
Chris Tucker.
He leave. I be talking again.
So, you know what I mean, dude? Swerve talks shit. Booker confronts him in person. Swerve ain't got shit to say. Right? And even AJ's calling him out. Now he's in front of these people here at AEW. He's saying, fuck Booker T. That's what Swerve had to say.
When I talk about representation,
he ends it. The very last thing he says is fuck Booker T. And Swerve is like, when I talk about representation, I actually live it. I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't get it. So Booker T didn't actually go out and represent. Moxley's not parodying a Nazi Yahtzee group in this that he quoted from a movie in this feud that, and you just fought him. That's what he's not doing. Right? You're going to virtue signal Swerve. You're a fucking, this is so corny, bro. You're a cornball.
when I talk about representation, I mean it every single fucking time I speak on it.
He's like, every fucking time. It's 1 a.m. right now. They missed all the trains, by the way. Just so y'all know, they were in Philly. This is like 1 a.m. He's sitting there going, fuck Booker T, man.
1 year.
In a ring, in a knockoff WWE ring with the white ropes and the fucking gray mat, so people flipping the channel think they're seeing old WWE, or there's, like, that's what he's doing. That's what they're doing, and you're sitting here going, yeah, man. It's not cool. Fuck Booker T, bro.
This kid right here that you supported for these last 12, 13 years, 1 year, 5 main event pay-per-views for Swerve Strickland.
During the lowest point of the company's history, putting up the lowest numbers in company history. Unless you're Dave Meltzer. Had to bury your friends and cut people's throats to get here, too. Step over bodies to get here, Swerve, too. Think about that. Some people don't like to fucking sign their name in blood, bro. Some people don't like to have to fucking crawl on their knees through the fucking, Some people like to do a chin up. Fuck, man. I really don't like that he said fuck Booker T after this, too.
I don't just speak about representation. I go out there and prove the fucking thing. And I only make it this far is because of you people right here chanting whose house? Every single city, every single arena, every stadium, whether it's the United States or if it's in London. In front of 50,000, 80,000, I don't care if it's 200. I always want to hear y'all chant, whose house? Whose house? Whose house?
He just said 50,000, 80,000. I don't care if it's 200. And I get that. But that's what you say on the indies, bro. Like, now you should care if there's only 200 people there, if you're talking all this shit.
Thank God for being here. Thank God for the merchandise. Get home safely.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have fun getting home in the middle of the night with no fucking trains running.
Last thing, just for my amusement, fuck Booker T.
Just for my amusement, fuck Booker T, he says. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is it's just incredibly disappointing and cringe. And there's a reason why people perceive you as a kiss ass, and also Swerve is corny for these two irrefutable reasons. He didn't say this shit to Booker T in Booker T's face. And he's corny for this irrefutable reason, too. He let Vlad do what Vlad does. He just pitted two people against each other and created a beef that didn't need to be there. That's what Swerve just did.
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom. The best guy is Tony Khan.
That was AEW news. Disappointing. Disappointed in Swerve big time, because I've defended him a bunch too, and it never, every time your boy Phil puts some AEW shit over, they spit in my face with it. I swear it's like intentional or something. Like I go to bat for Swerve more than anybody, and then he just clown chooses himself over Vlad and over a fucking dollar, man. It's crazy. So Bert Kreischer, they're interviewing him. Lyra defends the belt. Good. Honestly, good. They shouldn't flip it around so much. Bert rips his shirt off, of course, because he couldn't wait to do that. Bert says he's there to see Otis. So, yeah, okay. And then he's like, Chad Gable, I'm not here to see you, whatever. Let me check in with chat. Miss October 30 for 5 says, the first thing I see in the morning is Moxley still the champ and the Buckaroos are back. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Fucking terrible. Lincoln Hawk for 5. Lyra is great in ring, but she has the charisma of an aluminum can. No, absolutely. And her whole thing's just like, I wrestle good, and that's chill. But, you know, her defending the title was a good thing, though, just because, like, why flip around all these belts right before Mania? Like, we could get something out of this. Maybe at Mania it is a 3-way for her belt as well or something, but Bayley got beat. The match was decent. It just doesn't do it for me. Lyra just doesn't do it for me, whatever it is. So I just thought we'd stay locked into the news, you know? George Capture for 5 says, when you have a break in the show, chat wants to be entertained by the Demogada, Chris Jericho. Well, I don't know when there's going to be a break. Ludwig Kaiser is with Kathy Kelly in front of the crowd, which is what they do every single week, and he's just going to talk shit. So with that in mind, joining us on the show, ladies and gentlemen, because we didn't get the likes to 100, Chris Jericho.
I look and see it's not just me. So many others have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spent our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Let me get wild. Yay!
Get those likes up to 100 on the Clips channel, or Chris will come back. He is in studio with me. Amazing. Yeah, Kathy Kelly just looking amazing. Kaiser just talked a little shit. The crowd didn't care too much, and now the LWO are on their way out. Yeah, guys, so I hope I did I went off on Swerve there. I hope I did it justice. We have follow-ups and stuff, but that's for another time as well. Wednesday show will be very, very much filled with a lot of drama and things like that, okay? We'll talk about it on Wednesday some more. I'm sure if more comes of it, I'm sure Booker T will have a response and whatnot. But yeah, tonight I'll probably give you guys some Dave. I don't see why I wouldn't. We could do that too, probably. Maybe during a commercial or something. Have a lot of sickos are starting to back up. It's not like a lot, but it's like enough to where I'm going to want to get through it. It is starting to pile up a little bit. So we'll do that Wednesday. We'll start on Wednesday with like an epic sicko segment again. Right. And I'll clear this whole folder out, and it won't be even like an hour long, but it'll be hardy enough. And then, we'll do some, we'll laugh at Dave tonight here a bit. Like we do every day. Because he's been lying. Why the fuck Dave lying? Why he always lying? Yushin FX, thank you for blessing my ears filled with our Lord and Savior Jericho. He is a demo god. Thank you. Hopefully you hit the like and tweet about it and everything. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you, Yushin FX, for always being here. Well, the Young Idiots are part of the Death Riders. Yeah, the Young Bucks, I guess, are a part of the Death Riders now and shit. 11 more likes, George, is after those 100 likes, dude. Okay, so we're back here. So Kreischer's back sitting in his seat. I wonder if he's going to be in the ring at all or anything like that. Here we go. AJ versus Logan Paul. Yeah, dude, this Mania's shaping up. I just hope they I think right before we'll know what happens on night 1 and night 2. I doubt they won't tell us until the last second. But Jackie Redmond. Yeah, the Bucks, man, that's the biggest L ever, is their return. We got to be perfectly honest.
What is it that you want to hear? What is it that you want from me? You know exactly what I want.
So Cross is confronting AJ.
What AJ Styles are you talking? What is this obsession with you and this other AJ Styles?
So Cross is saying we need the old AJ because if you lose, we all lose. He's awesome. Yeah, Cross is great. I just wonder if he's ever going to like really get his push, or he's got to be built up though. Yeah, if Scarlett, they need to move away from like the demon stuff. I feel like that. Yeah. I love how someone pointed out Cross matches the person he's fucking with's hair. Yeah, he does. It's fucking genius. Hell yeah, Cross versus Styles. Yeah, that'll come down the line. That Cross crap is just meh. Yeah, it would have, if they switched it up a while ago, would have been good. But if there's a big payoff to where he gets a win over AJ, then he gets a win over the next guy and the next guy, and then he's like in serious title contention, and he starts unveiling like, dude, this whole time I did this, and that, and it's all culminated to this, and there's like a good payoff, then it'll be worth it. But if there isn't, then we're fucked. You know, he's just stagnant like I feel Chad Gable is. Thank God for this Grande Americano stuff, you know, or Gable would just be nada. The GOAT is here! The GOAT! El Grande Americano! He's here! Look, his cheeks aren't cheeking this time. His singlet isn't riding all the way up his ass like the last time. It was so funny. I pointed it out. Like, they have to do it. Oh, man. They have to do it sometime where there's like clearly someone different under the El Grande mask, you know? And it's just not Gable, like, clearly. But yeah, dude, El Grande. And then he said, he's saying thank you in Spanish, but he's like putting his fingers up too, like the same way Gable does. It's clearly him. I can't wait till he gets unmasked and the place fucking erupts, dude. That's amazing. Hopefully someone uploads El Grande Americano to community creations. What's the tariff on El Grande Americano? Oh, shit. Here we go. Creed brothers, let's see what they can do. America versus Mexico here in this match. Here we go. LWO with some flippy shit. Boom. Kick out. Rey Mysterio looking fresh on the outside as always. Damn, Joaquin's flying around everywhere, dude. DJZ doing the damn thing. Oh, and now a brawl's broken out. Grande, get out of there. Okay, now they're just all kind of bumbling everywhere. Oh, no. Okay, so what's going on here? This is some AEW shit. Okay, so they all roll out of the ring. All right. At least they all didn't stay in the ring for like 40 minutes. Dives. Okay. Okay. So they all got doved on. At least they weren't in the, like during the trios match, like AEW Dynasty last night, there was points where it was like, what the fuck? Like who, like you got to disqualify people. Everyone just can't be in the ring. Like right now, the ref should be counting and shit. I get it. They got to get these spots off. Oh, you're just an old man. I don't get it. Is a 6-man tag like a triple threat where there's no DQ? And I hate when people say that to me too, where I'm like, dude, why isn't there like a DQ or this pinfall called off? Well, it's a triple threat, so there's no DQ. Okay, then why doesn't every triple threat why don't people just singe the tights and use the fucking ropes to pin people out? Like, that's so stupid. That's not an excuse. And also, AEW's not WWE. Like, where the fuck did, where did this rule, where was this ever stated that applies to AEW? But you only see the shit once and not in every match. Agreed. And that's where you can defend it. Right. It's a great point. And I make that point all the time. Oh, 100 likes. There you go. I was going to fucking sick Jericho out here again. You know what I'm saying? So Grande Americano's taken over now. He's in the ring putting it on Dragon Lee. And order is now restored. Now he's working over Dragon Lee's leg with some knee strikes and some leg snaps. Guys, my thoughts on LFG. Good shit, I guess. Like, I just love that show. They all had to come up with signatures. Most of them sucked. The one that won that DDP liked the most was like a back suplex into a Uranagi. And that's called the Mark of Perfection. That Mark Jindrak used to do that, except for that's a move I invented on my fucking little brother and cousins growing up that I did before I ever saw Mark Jindrak do that shit on TV. I'm sure someone else did it before me, but goddamn internet wasn't as prevalent as Tony Khan will let you know. We weren't having meetups with adult men. That's for goddamn sure. But yeah, that was always my finisher. Like in the, in the SmackDown games, it was always like back suplex into the Uranagi and stuff. I'd use that one forever, but then I stopped when it became like a common thing that people did. But yes, this guy hit like a back suplex into a Uranagi. And yeah, it looked really sweet. The guy pulled it off great. And everybody else's moves kind of sucked. I'm not going to lie. And yeah, the episode was really good. DDP was like the guest trainer. Michelle McCool was just there as Undertaker's guest trainer. And this is where it dawned on me. It's like, why isn't next season, instead of getting rid of Mickie James, why isn't it just, okay, Coach Undertaker and his team is Undertaker, Michelle McCool, and someone else? Maybe because they're like, oh, we don't want to have to pay. Like, we don't want to have to pay all these wrestlers. But it's like, fuck, man, just do it. Like, the show is seemingly a success. The ratings have increased, I think, at least for a couple weeks in a row. I don't know if now this week they went down or whatever. You'd have to ask like Dose or something like that. But the ratings increase on it. And yeah, like, why don't you have it like, okay, Coach Undertaker and his team is Michelle McCool and Molly Holly or whatever, because Molly Holly's in there prominently too. And then it could be like, okay, Coach Bubba has, you know, Coach Devon and someone else. Like everyone gets 2 assistant coaches for their fucking team. And then you just do it that way. Then Undertaker can have Michelle and whoever his other person is, and then Mickey can be there, and maybe Aldis is there, maybe he's not, like Mickey and whoever she brings in. And then, you know, it adds depth anyways to the show. And yeah, it just sucks that, like, I don't want to hear Michelle McCool and her and Undertaker fake rival ring during the show. Like, I don't want to fucking see that. Mushroom Stomp from Dragon Lee onto, I believe, Julius Creed. But yeah, you know, I'd rather just see, yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Because we know what they're going to do. It's just going to be Undertaker and Michelle, like fake drama. Oh, you asked her to let me use your move? Like, no one gives a shit, you know? Oh, I forgot Raw is on. Pete Rocks, I'm very sorry, but you're a fucking
Liar! Liar! Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
Me and the rest of the county are watching Florida Houston. Yeah, that's totally cool, you know, but don't try and pretend like you forgot Raw was on, okay? Just kidding. I know you're just joking, bro. I know you're twisting tits. But yeah, no, definitely way more people watching foosball than as Bobby Boucher's mother would say, than I assume that's what you're talking about, right? I thinking McCool is fucking Taker. Yeah, they're married. Moose Knuckle. Just getting literal Phil again tonight. Every comment. Yeah, can't take any joke. Yeah, no shit, dummy. Just kidding. I want to twist Mickey Mantle's tits. Yeah, Bert Kreischer with his Mickey Mantle gene over there. But Queen Charlemena is too, so whatever. Everyone is getting in. Yeah, she could be. Yeah, I'm just playing with you guys right now, okay? When we getting Mako Satomura, they should do that. That's what I want to get to. The OG final boss, the original one. Sit out bomb. Oh shit. Shooting star press. That was crazy. NCAA basketball. There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt. I'm sure there's people got a lot of money on the line for that too. Hey, are you allowed to bet on that, on college ball and shit? The athletes are getting paid now, aren't they? That's all good too. Or I don't know if that went into effect yet, but oh my God, Joaquin Wilde with an insane stair climb dive over the top. That was madness right there. Yeah, LWO's going off here this match. Look, you have Grande Americano, and he's... What did Ivy give him? Like a metal forehead plate? Oh, and he hit Ray with it, dude. Because he hits the diving headbutt. He's going to pull the mask off, headbutt, and then diving headbutt with the metal plate. The most American move ever. All right, there you go, man. Grande Americano gets the W. And it's because he's able to cheat with the mask, I guess. So El Santo used to use a plate in his mask to protect himself. Damn, look at that spot, man. That was crazy. Joaquin just flying. That's crazy. Good finish. USA, USA, yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's for sure not Gable. Well, at least we know from last night's pay-per-view in AEW, you can just, if your mom's there, you can just get her to complain to the ref and the match will get restarted. Damn. Promoting Live fucking nightclub in Vegas. Post-Mania. Go to Live. That'd be a night you forget real quick. Too good. I'm happy for Gable lookalike. Do you think Vince watches every week? Yeah, he does. It was reported in the news, I guess, that like that's been confirmed, you know? Why is Zelina not on my TV? She's on SmackDown, bruv. America. It's so great. Throwback to the loaded forearm. Yeah. I want to see Yoshiki and Amura on the main roster. Yeah, same, bro. Well, eventually, just let him do his time in NXT. He could work, but I mean, how would they use him? He's just good in the role he's doing. You know, we don't need to see. There's like 100 more guys I'd rather see on the main roster before him, but he is fun. Recap time. So yeah, I don't know. Do we have? I mean, we have Dave Meltzer action I'm going to bring you guys, but I couldn't just wait till the end and rifle it off. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Flutes now? No, we're not. It's not flute time. But we do have Drew McIntyre talking about how the storytelling is refuting what Will Osprey.
You're in a wrestling company. The most important thing should be the emotion, like how it makes people feel. Like if you're doing a great wrestling match and no one gives a damn, like what's the point? Like you've got to go out there and people are excited to see you. They've got to care about what you're talking about. And they've got to care about the reasons that you're having this match in the first place, or why. What's the point of investing in a match if they don't care about you, the other guy you're facing, or the story you're trying to tell? That's the most important thing, is making people feel. And then you should be good enough at your job that you're able to put that amazing wrestling match on, that highly athletic contest, within the realm of believability. I love watching 50 flips as much as anybody, but if they're not done in the right way, then it's just a performance getting this reaction. You're watching like a, I don't know, freaking.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking snobs like going, oh, this movie, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like in a snobby way. That's what it is. Not in like a, yeah, I don't know. I agree with Drew here.
Cirque du Soleil or something. I want people to be watching mine again, like when you're on the microphone, like, oh wait, this feels different. Like I know what wrestling is, or I think I know what wrestling is, but this feels different on the mic. But when I wrestle, it's like, wait, I think I know what wrestling is, but this feels different in the ring. Like he's hitting that guy and red marks are appearing on them. He's kicking him in the face, and I don't know how he's doing it so well, but wait, there's a red mark in his face too. The way I look at it is, you're two grown men. You can take a freaking hit. Maybe try and don't break each other's noses. Like be, like your own around the gym, like doing a bit of MMA, grappling with guys. Like you sometimes with the lads, you really get.
Yeah, when you spar or you roll with people, bro, you get fucking cut and scraped up all the time. We head over here. Other WWE news. Here is Kairi Sane and how she's looking, like just in phenomenal shape, ready for her comeback. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Kairi's doing the damn thing. She just looks amazing, and I can't wait for her return whenever it happens. All right? And for your guys' viewing pleasure, here is Always Gonna Boom by AJ, Big Justice, and Ashley, and I guess the rest of the Boom folks. Woo! I don't know, man. There's something about it that just doesn't sit with me right. You know what I mean? Oh, y'all. Yeah. Always gonna boom, boom, boom. It's catchy. Right? My name's not quarterback. Right? Thank you, George. Jackson Davis for 5 says, I don't know who else is noticing it, but The Rock is in every background. Oh, The Rock is in every background of people walking by. Do y'all think he shows up tonight? Justice or whatever, whoever the dad is, right? Big Boom Dad. He's singing about I'm in the ring. You can catch me in the ring. Well, where? On AEW. And what's going on there? Where can you buy the Rizzler dolls? Well, John Moxley's got a spike bat in his back. You know, Swerve is saying fuck Booker T, and Toni Storm is reading poems like that, like fucking Andrew Dice Clay poems. So there you go. Right? There you go. My son was minding his business playing Subway Surfers, and here's this. He had a meltdown about it. That's awesome. More Dax, less Boom Boom. Well, that's the thing. You just don't understand. He's just trying to feed his family. Big Boom AJ Justice just trying to feed his family and the Rizzler. And my family. All in Texas, TNT title match, title for title, Boom, Adam Cole, and Big Boom AJ. I'd watch it. They should put a belt on that guy. Why not? I'm pretty sure Rizzler outweighs Adam. Oh, come on now. Oh, come on. That's not very fair now. Oh, come on.
Come on now, Eric.
Here's what nobody's talking about, though. The fucking Wyatt 6. We'll come back to that. George Capture for 2 says how that song. Now that's the song you should play if we don't hit 100. Maybe. And then we play Jericho to run it up to 150. That
come on now, Eric.
George with the ideas there. Remind me of that, buddy. No, but listen, Wyatt 6, like, what's going to happen to them? They just get another big comeback after Mania? Oh, look, here's their spooky entrance again. Is everybody spooked out and happy that it's the Wyatt 6? Like, no one cares anymore, you know? That's the problem. Nobody fucking cares anymore. And all they're going to do is roll them out again. Like, here they are with Alexa Bliss this time after Mania, okay? We've already had them return, like, between Bray Wyatt and Wyatt 6 and Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy reveals and returns. It's just, ugh. Chris McCarty for 2 says, George, I'm going to sleep with your dog.
You what?
Please leave all pets alone. They didn't do nothing. Goddamn. Pineapple Skull. Does AEW still have that child reporter at the scrums? Early on, there was always a kid there asking questions. Imagine reading that poem. Exactly. Imagine them. And like, I thought it was funny. It popped me and it's hilarious. And I love Toni and that's what the humor she brings. But don't sell Rizzler dolls. Don't have her read that poem. Don't have Moxley do the spike bat the day you roll out the Rizzler dolls, like all of those sorts of things, right? Don't like WBD. Now, luckily, the Minecraft movie, like, I don't know why they sponsored it on AEW at all. You guys could have saved a couple extra bucks. Luckily, it's a success. Obviously, it's fucking Minecraft, right? It was going to be the biggest movie ever, just regardless. Doesn't have to be good, right? And thank God that they did do well, but like they advertised on AEW2 for what? They say use parental controls. We covered it here on PWT. Max flat out says, we covered it on Saturday, use the parental controls then, because AEW is an extreme violent show. and it's unique in it the way it approaches wrestling and shit. We encourage you to use parental control. So who are they marketing the Minecraft movie to? Weird old dudes, man. That's what it is. That's who they're selling Rizzler dolls to. They got to understand that, man. And I'm saying this to help them. Like, that's just a small, obvious oversight that it's like, or it's a huge oversight, actually, because it's so glaringly obvious. And it's like, how has nobody pointed this out or fucking, said this in a meeting or something? It's just for them, it's all about, we just got to make money or else we're, they're just desperate to try and make a buck. So can I get a yeet for Jay fucking Uso? Here we go. Here we go. Jey Uso's coming out. We're yeeting all over the place. And Gunther's like, let's fucking do it. He's like, I know we're just going to fist fight. Let's do this shit. And he was barbing at barbing at Bert Kreischer a bit. And Uso dead serious, wearing all black, no fruity colors, fruity pebble colors. Right? Black glasses with the yeet on them, not yeeting with the crowd. People don't know how to act because it's dead serious time. And this feud has so much great heat after that last segment. That's how you do blood, and that's when you do it, right? Like, Punk hasn't bled yet, but we saw fucking Jimmy, of all people, bleed like a stuffed pig, and that's only going to get him over more, too. Big Jim, man. He's going to be, like, top dog, too, and it's going to be fucking amazing. Like, they're only more over since all the bloodline stuff. See, Jericho's like, names one person who hasn't been more over since being in a faction with me. It's like, what? You mean everyone you've ever been in a faction? Fucking Guevara is non-existent now. The guy works at Best Buy now. Like, the bloodline, everybody's more over from it. Even the latecomers. Even Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Solo is, Jay is, Jimmy is. Roman doesn't need the belt. He's so beyond the belt because of that years of story and his reign, pun intended, And now we got fucking a big money match here at Mania. Not the main event, though, oddly enough. And Jay dripping with that fucking necklace and those earrings, dude. Legit, that shit is so fly. Here we go. Yeah, I would love if Hikuleo and Lance show up. If they don't, then it is what it is. But I hope that they both do. And then we see those two bloodlines, like the evil bloodlines, split up into two bloodlines. I'm all the way down with it. See what happens here. Shaking with anger. Yeah, he cuts these really good serious promos.
What do y'all talk about? Family stuff.
Yeah, it should have been on site. They shouldn't be sitting here talking.
Walk the dog. Did you guys cook dinner? What did you eat? You know what I'm saying, Luis?
He should have said this shit on like social media or something, you know? And then you just throw hands when you see Gunther.
I got a mother too. You wanna know what me and my mom talked about this week? You wanna know what I had to tell her? My oldest son laid up in a hospital bed.
Yeah, swing on this man. What's going on, Chad? Why is he not just fucking throwing hands?
Got 15 stitches across his forehead.
It wouldn't even be like throw hands. It'd be like, you come in there with a chair or a pipe or a bat. Like, it's like, no, or you got knucks or you're like fucking, it's going down, dude. Like, fuck all that shit.
She said, why didn't you protect him, Joshua? As a grown man, I'm no longer.
And he just referred to himself as his real name and not Jay. Oh, he's afraid of Gunther.
You had me, man. You had to drop on me. You was 3 steps ahead of me. You playing chess. I'm playing checkers.
Why everything he's saying, I don't like this. Here we go. Here's a misstep. He should have cut this promo and Gunther wasn't here and Gunther like phoned in via satellite and was like, you thought I would be there? I know what you do. You scoundrel probably jumped me from behind or something, you know? And then Jay could be like, Gunther, like this emotional because like I can't get my hands on you. You know, like Jay could be this emotional, quivering, like you talk to your mom. Then he could say all this, like when I get my fucking hands on you, Gunther, da 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 da. You know, like you coward, you ain't here tonight, blah blah blah. That's what it should have been, man. Because it could have trolled Jay. Jay comes out, Gunther, like I'm waiting for you, and then Gunther's music hits. He pops up on the screen. You think I'd be there, you idiot? You know, and then Jay could say all of this to him, like via satellite or whatever, and be like. You know what I mean? Like, and when I get my hands on you, dude, like it's on site. You better not show up here. You're lucky because if you were here, you'd be worse than Big Jim or whatever. That would have made it. Someone's got to be back there. Triple H, I know you're listening. You blocked the fucking Sunday stream there or Saturday when we were doing the Charlotte Flair fucking Tiffany angle. So I can help you guys, man. Hit me up. Jay's bulking up though. You see his arms and shit. He's getting nice and bulky for Mania too. It's good.
You know what I realized? You want to know what I realized? Hey, Gunther, look at me.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy.
I'm not afraid of you no more.
I'm not afraid of you no more. Then it should have been hands on sight. And then you say that after. Then you say all this after.
Before WrestleMania, hug and kiss your family. Before WrestleMania, the night before, I'm going to lay my head down. And I'm going to say a prayer. I'm going to pray about you, more so for me. And I'm going to ask the Lord to forgive me for the man who I'm about to become. Because at WrestleMania, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you to me. I'm going to get you to Jimmy. I'm going to get you to all the family.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like what he's saying, like, oh, I'll pray for you for what I'm about to do to you, da-da-da. And he's, like, instilling fear in Gunther. But they could have did that to where he's not within arm's reach. Because, like, why is it the man you're about to become, but you're going to give him the courtesy of letting him have a match? Take his knee out right now. cap him at the fucking ankle. You know what I mean? I get what they're trying to convey. Now, Jay has instilled legit fear in Gunther. Like, Gunther's got to take it serious. Yeah. Could have did that without him being within a fucking arm's reach where you want to murder this guy, you know? So, I don't know. And then Pat McAfee just yeeting and Bert Kreischer yeeting. Jesus Christ.
He definitely is. You look into his eyes after he took his heat sunglasses off. He's a changed man for what happened to his brother a week ago. He got a chance to see what the worst thing that could happen. Jimmy's still alive.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. The odd one out. I like the promo. The promo was solid, but you got to throw hands. WrestleMania's too late this year in April. They're struggling. Could have did that with a split screen. Yeah, exactly. The split screen. That would have been a good way to do it. You can't have them in the same ring if it's not on site. Absolutely. That's just what it is at the end of the day. You know, especially when the whole bloodline didn't come out. Like, you didn't have people hitting the ring to fucking save Jim for Jay and shit too. You know, that's another part of it where it's like, what the fuck? Like, I get it. Like, where's Sammy? He's just not there. You know? And I think Roman was on that show too. But I think they did sell it like he's showing up later though. So they did explain it, but it's just a matter of like, yeah, you got to throw hands on site. They should have did that via satellite. They should have had Gunther look smart. Like, bro, I wouldn't even be within like arm's reach. Are you fucking kidding me? We have a match at Mania, you know? And yeah, so I just feel like Jay should have fucking tried to glom him or something, but they could have did that. Like, I guess the via satellite thing too is kind of old school, you know, like fucking Triple H and Shawn Michaels back in the day. I know who did it to me, Hunter. It was you, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that why would you give him the courtesy? Oh, because I'm gonna fuck you up bad in this match, and you know, that's stupid, bro. It's gotta be. It had to have just been like, hey, Gunther, where are you? And then Gunther pops in. I'm not even here. You think I'd be there? I'm not stupid, you know? Look at you. You showed up all emotional and angry, you know? Da-da-da-da-da. And you think I'd make a fool? You think I'd put myself in the same position you put yourself in last week? You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. Da-da-da-da-da. And then that's where Uso's like, I promise when I get my hands on you, like, you are not going to like, I better not even see you before Mania. Because if I do, and then if they don't touch next week, we go, great. They don't have to because Jay will kill him and do a homicide, you know? So that would have been, I think, better. But the point they're trying to get across now, though, what we can extrapolate from it, okay? I'll point out the positive here. The beat to the story here is that fucking Gunther is now fearful of Jay. Now Jay has instilled fear in Gunta. Okay? And so that is a good beat because that had to happen somehow. You know? Maybe it could have happened. Maybe Jay did Ludwig really dirty. Because all Ludwig did was cut a promo this week. Maybe he's cutting one of those promos during the commercial break with Kathy, and fucking Jay Uso scoops him and is like, hey, Gunther, and goes through the crowd with fucking Ludwig in a headlock. And it's like, you ain't here tonight? You know, Jay shows back up. Well, I got your boy. You bet you wish you were here now, you know, that sort of thing. Could have been like, because once they're face to face, you just expect explosion. And we got more like ball tickles, you know what I mean? Instead of fucking, that's just my assessment of that. I got to be perfectly honest. Here's the Boo Day. Evil Boo Day. Looking like a billion. Let me check back in with chat. Rabid Wolverines LC Killer 17. I need a Dino Chicken Nugget plushie like now. I don't know Like a Dino chicken nugget plushie? Yeah, that'd be cool. Wasn't McDonald's selling like chicken nuggy pillows of their nugs? I think they were for a bit, like throw pillows or whatever. And so not even at Mania, we have the Boo Day versus the Viking Raiders or the War Experience or whatever for the titles. And it's like, why isn't this just at Mania as like an opener or like a second match or like a co-main event P-break type deal? Not like to disrespect the Boo Day or anything, but it is the tag titles, right? So I'm just saying, like, why isn't this a... Yeah, Kofi posted a pic of his like title win at Mania, and then he photoshopped out fucking thank you, Rabid Wolverines, LC Killer. He cropped out a Big E. I thought that was genius. But yeah, why don't I wonder if it's like tag turmoil, I'm gonna be pissed, man. Because again, then that's like another, as long as the other tag division doesn't do that on the WWE side, but the WWE tag belts seem like they're doing that too with MCMG and fucking DIY and everybody involved. It seems like that might be multi-man chaos as well. So I just hope that doesn't happen on Raw too. From the New Day. Pat McAfee goes, anybody can get it here from the New Day. Oh my God. Oh my God. See you, Miss October. If you're dipping, peace. Get some rest. Those Dino Nuggy plushies are amazing. Solid Monster turned on AEW. You know it's bad once he's out. Yeah. Maybe he'll unblock me too and then repeat what I said a fucking year ago every time he says something. They're expensive, but they look incredible. Yeah. So I got to scroll down a bit. Pirate ship for life. Yeah, I mean, happens to WWE too. It's so funny. People don't factor that in. Like literally what Meltzer does with these fake max numbers. You could be like, well, all the people illegal streaming it, Brian. Then you could tell me fucking, I bet 1 million people are watching Dynamite with like illegal streams for sure. $2K25, are they dropping the fucking they have a 2K25 ad, which I've been playing. Hell yeah. Between April 1 and 30, you get 30% off or 20% off of that Bloodline apparel. Use my promo affiliate link down below. It's in the YouTube description. Go and click that if you're going to shop anything from WWE Shop or their sales WrestleMania season, please. Directly supports the channel, and it's no extra cost or anything like that. Shout out Fanatics and shit for doing that too. Stephanie's Places with Mommy.
This show is worth doing just for this. Look at this. Oh my God. I got it in the Ripley colors and everything. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. You can tell Stephanie's really a fan and like marks out over wrestling shit to this day.
An attempt to do your intro. No, I will give it a shot. That is for sure. Not many people get the opportunity to accompany Rhea Ripley on stage.
So did she go out there with Ripley? I don't understand. I want to be in Stephanie's Places. Oh, overhead now. The Wrestle Talk propaganda division was doubling down today. What were they saying? JD, I saw what JD had to say. I rebutted that. I don't know, not even rebutted it, but it was just like, it's just like everyone fucking praising him. Like, guys, he blocked everyone who said what he says now, and now he just repeats all the shit we said before and unblocked some of us. That's all that happened. It's like, come on, man. It's fucking other people need love, you know? Other people. And for anybody crying about what I got to say about JD, I don't give a fuck. It's not like I'm punching down, you know? So, but it's like, yeah, I mean, you're yelling about, I had the same yell rant a year ago, you know? Now we're here because no one listened then. No one listened 2-3 years ago. Now we're here. And he's just like, fuck AEW and shit. It's crazy. Even I don't say shit like that. And that's where I'm like, okay, now you're doing too much, you know? Damn, whoever drew that Andre behind Adam Pearce is fucking, that's awesome. Towering over the buildings. Damn. Damn.
I love it.
Pierce and Ray just fucking just vibing together. Okay, so at WrestleMania, you got Ray and El Grande Americano, right? So is that the that's amazing that's a Mania match, just a one-on-one with them. God, they better air that fucking roast and not be pussies. No, I don't care about him. I don't care about him crying or yelling. You know, it's funny. I get it. You know, oh shit, Tony Hinchcliffe is on commentary. He's like, yo, Michael Cole's been roasting since the Jurassic era. Yo, he said the first match Michael Cole called was David versus Goliath.
You what?
Yo, he cooked his ass. Yo, yeah, dude. Michael Cole's gonna be on the fucking. He's gonna be on Red Bar's Fools list. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. Tony, I love the New Day. He's gonna like the heels. Watch, that's what he does. Because this whole thing is like being like like he's rude to everyone. I'm a sassy bitch, you know. I'm a hungry wolf, you know. That's like his shtick. I don't know. That's just hilarious. They let him on commentary. They better fucking air the roast on Netflix, bro. That Kill Tony show's on Netflix right now too. Like it just launched, I think today or something. But I've never heard of that comedian. Yeah, he hosts like a YouTube. It's like the #1 live YouTube podcast. Like live is in front of a crowd, and it's like a podcast on Spotify, YouTube, everything. And it's just like these comedians come up like amateurs and they do 1 minute. Right. But you're like on a YouTube show that gets millions of fucking views with like comedian judges. And then he interviews them and they just roast people. Like he's a roast comedian. His stand up, he's not known for like doing good stand up, you know, his stand up's kind of like he had a special on Netflix years ago. It wasn't that good. I got to be honest, you know, like it was innovative the way he did it. It was called One Shot and he filmed it all in one shot. So there's no cuts to the crowd, nothing. It's just in one take, right? Was his special, and it just kind of sucked, you know. And he like hid it from the internet. But his roasts are good, you know. And he writes like roast jokes for other comedians you've heard of, you know. And actually, Hinchcliffe too, years and years ago, was offered a WWE writing job, like from Vince, like years and years ago, but he turned it down to. He was just doing his thing, you know, like you have to be on the road and all that shit, you know, but he's just roasting Cole. Oh my god. He's just like, yo, He's like, what did he just say? Yo, the biggest stadium in the country, Michael Cole's ears. I don't know. I'm trying to hear all the shots at Cole. Everyone's down with a good Michael Cole roasting. Oh, he said it's Bert Kreischer's fan club against the New Day right now. He's roasting everybody. Swanman Hunter gifted a membership. Of course, you guys can gift memberships, or you can get one yourself for $99. Thank you so much. And well, Swanman, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, no, Hinchcliffe was offered the job back in like it was more like the early 2010s, I want to say, you know?
See that up and down right there? Oh, let's say right here in front of us. Good afternoon, a nicer guy.
Who do you give the membership to? It goes to someone random. Unfortunately, you can't pick. So I just always say I hope like someone hate watching gets it, or I hope that somebody who really enjoys the show and can't get one gets one. You know what I'm saying? What's next? Is Ari Shaffir going to do a run-in? God, I pray to God not. Damn, who's the heels here? Like, why are the War Machine doing like body splashes to the barricade? I'm dissecting the shit out of this Raw tonight, guys, but it's just like, come on. Why would they be doing that type of shit? So Tony said a joke when they were in black there that Michael Cole's like, repeat it. And they were all laughing. And Tony's like, no, I think Cole was just roasting him. This is bullshit. You get wrestling and we get a Creed commercial. Yeah, well, it is what it is. 626, were you here last night in the chat? Aaron Imholt was in chat, dude. Like the whole night. From Steel Toe. And I'm not kidding. Like all night, dude. I don't know if you were in chat. Can you take me higher? Yeah, briefly. Must have missed it. Yeah, how funny is that? You know, it's from Husey, from all my crossovers with Husey. I was on with Who Are These Broadcasts and Lucy Tightbox over on I'm not sure if you're in the whole Dabbleverse into that as well, 626. But yeah, check out. I did an M. Night Shyamalan roundtable with on Husey's channel there. It's really fun. So yeah, it's just the New Day now working over the Raiders after Xavier got murked into the side of the barricade there. I don't know what that's all about.
You know, we can't see your ears over those heads. We can see your forehead. Yeah, I gotta tell you, that hairline is definitely on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, he was in chat most of the night. Yeah, Aaron Imholt. That's funny. I believe that was him. It's so crazy. This is a guy that like I just watch other people cover on YouTube for so long. Now I'm like doing shows with these people. You know, it's crazy. Michael Cole looks like he sleeps in khakis, he just said. Oh my God. Another win for the toe. There you go, man. The best guys fill the thrill marks, yeah. We'll get next week. I have Amaranth coming on. No. Oh shit.
All over the New Day here tonight.
host the road to WrestleMania Sunday night after WrestleMania Sunday. Here again, congratulations for your Tony.
It is out, just came out today. We've been doing this show every Monday for 12 years. We do our show Monday nights at 8
You get her and I'll drop 100. Yeah, I mean, I'd love if that happened. Phil, you got to AEW it up. Yeah. Fat chick filler. No fat chicks. Phil, when you going to be a WWE star? Just not my cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? But that's, hey, do you? Phil, when are you going to be a WWE star? I already am, buddy. They're already listening in. Oscar the Grouch and Jenna Jameson, use your parental controls. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's so funny. Oh, my God. Yeah, we have Kermit the Frog and fucking... and Jenna James and Mia Khalifa coming on. Oh my God. That's so funny. Oh man. Let's go War Raiders. Stut Joe next. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I've heard it's 626. I've heard all red bar. Trust me, I'm I'm up to date. Okay, and my wife too. She loves it. You know. Yeah. So the New Day win as a result of a DQ, which then allows them to be like, we want a rematch at Mania type shit. I think is what can happen. So I'm okay with this finish because I really wanted to see this culminate at WrestleMania. Some of the build just been a little clunky here towards this Mania. I think earlier in April is the way to go for it.
This is just absolutely, this is what they deserve.
Oh.
That's what you get for cheating.
Hinchcliffe, that's what you get for cheating. So funny that they put him on the commentary. So this is why Bert's here. Tony was like, come with me, Bert. They'll let you take your shirt off. The New Day. I love that he calls them the New Day. That's such just a funny name.
They know the weakness now of the tag team champions. Certainly prepared back here. What are they? Eric needs to come. Can somebody get a herniated C6, C7? He needed neck fusion surgery. We need somebody heading down to the ring to try to prevent a disaster from happening here. And now, great job by Nolan to protect Eric. And then finally makes him off the top rope. That could have been a serious situation, man. Ended Eric's career being hit there. Hope he had hit that. New Day does, Tony.
I love
take them out permanently.
They could have won the titles here tonight, and the guy hit him with the chair. He cheated. They deserve to be mad.
Xavier with the chair, but nonetheless,
Okay.
Don't pull up your pants, Tony. Titles are earned in the ring, and the War Raiders are still our champs. Again, Tony, congratulations on the show. And it cannot wait.
So much fun. It's an honor to be here. Dream come true. Thank you, guys.
Keep killing it. Keep killing it, Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, the Undertaker.
Okay, so that was Tony Hinchcliffe. Sorry, guys, a lot of dead air, but I'm just sitting here listening. I'm just trying to hear any one-liners or anything. So, in other news, here's some AEW news. Death of AEW Awful Wrestling says proof that Toni Storm is no quick wit. Tony has no social awareness, and the IWCNN reporters are incels.
Questions for the champ. Dave Belanger, Sports Talk, Philadelphia. Can you just talk about your ring attire tonight, coming out with the Rocky theme and everything?
What do you mean? Rocky? Oh, come on, guys. Let's ask some controversial questions so I can storm out of here. Let's get some clicks. Come on.
Italian stallion.
Come on, ask what
You're
you
a film buff.
ask me what you really want to ask.
How are you?
Darling.
Great. My name is Malcolm with Muscle Memory. I would like to ask you, Toni Storm, what is your Waffle House order?
Malcolm.
Hi.
Malcolm.
No, well, here's the thing with Malcolm. He's fucking awesome, and it's funny that he asks everyone their Waffle House order. That's his bit, and that's why he does it. He asks to either get a real reaction where someone goes, oh, damn, I love Waffle House, or he asks so someone buries him, or he asks so it, like, that's his bit. That's funny. I'm not going to say this guy's an incel who doesn't whatever. Muscle Man Malcolm's fucking funny for asking what everyone's Waffle House order is. That's like the type of question you ask a wrestler that they don't get asked all the time, right? That's more interesting than like, so what was your first match? Like with Ben Bishop, I was like, so what was your first match? You know, who did you like growing up as a wrestler? You know, like that's why like we did that bit, you know, we're making fun of that shit. So no, I disagree with Awful if you're going to lump Malcolm into this shit.
Hi.
Oh, Malcolm.
Sorry.
Oh, God, Malcolm. Oh, Malcolm, I can't. I'm sorry.
Bye, champ. I understand.
Question.
Yeah, he's funny, but like that's a question. Like she used his question to storm off on. You know what I mean? As they play this vignette for Cody Rhodes and John Cena here, let's share this tab. Booker T just dropped his response to Sean Strickland's comments that he made after AEW Dynasty. So let's take a look here.
You know what? Let's get the elephant out of the room. Everybody going to be expect to be. Let's rewind. I woke up this morning and I'm wondering why is my name trending? Why is my name all over social media? Shout out Booker T, Gilmore here, and Shabuzi playing in the background during this Cena Cody Rhodes segment. And then I see the video of Swerve Strickland, saying F Booker T at the end of what was it? Dynasty. The AEW pay-per-view. And you know what? I'm not gonna even get upset about that or anything like that. But I'm gonna give Swerve Strickland a little bit of advice, just a little bit. And that advice would be: don't be talking about something other than the pay-per-view at the end of the night. You know what I mean? That's the main event. That's the last thing people are going to remember. Last thing people remember is me, Booker T, my name being said. And I'm sure if Tony Khan really don't appreciate the news, the headline not being what happened at Dynasty and with all the matches.
Yeah, they made the headline about Booker T. That's the funny part.
With the great card, with all the great card, all the great matches. But they're talking about Booker T. That just was a bad move. It was a bad move. And there again, he's got a lot of energy, at the end of a show, but I'm not that type, man. I'm from that school. If you got something to say to somebody, you say it in their face, you say it to their face. And, I'm going to leave it at that. You know what I mean? Hopefully Swerve Strickland will have a hell of a career. Hopefully he'll do very, very well in this business.
Still being classy. And he's just like, anything I'll say to your face and I'll leave it at that. Boom. Just made Swerve look like a bitch right there.
But I'm going to keep stressing what I've been talking about for a long time as far as black folks, especially in the company that I work for. Man, go out there and get it on your talent. Go out there and get it on your merit. Nobody will ever be able to take it away, and no one will ever be able to say you got it because of only for your talent. That's it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to keep advocating for young guys, to go out there and perform at the highest level. Take what you want, because it's not going to be given to you. You got to take it. And the only way you're going to be able to take it is, through your performance.
Okay, so the official theme of WrestleMania is Fiend with Playboy Cardi. That is the official one. So that weekend song, whatever, that's just like the night 2 or the side of the B track.
How good you really are inside the square circle, so that's just much as I'm gonna say on that issue as far as Swerve Strickland.
Who else even talked about? I think this is the only pod who talked about that and said that I'd wish it was just Fiend and not fucking Weekend. They're listening, confirmed. Here comes Penta.
Well, I think that that's a beautiful response, and I saw the video as well. And you know what? I'm gonna follow your lead book, and I'm gonna keep it classy too. But I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on it. But to me, man, if you have something you want to say, you say it to a man's face when you have an opportunity. And if you have an opportunity to say it to a man's face and you don't, and you say it behind his back, or when you think you're going to get clout from it, there's a word for that. There's a word for that. You know what I mean? There's a word for the way that is portrayed and the way somebody acts. You know what I mean? I'll let people fill in the blank on what that word might be. You know what?
Pussy, bitch, coward, scared, corny.
I mean, but
I'm just kidding, man. Let's be honest here. I got no dog in this fight ultimately, but hey, I'm the asshole who covers it.
T, you're at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena this Saturday. You know what I mean? If somebody's got something to say to your face, you can say it there. I'll say it to somebody's face if they want to show up. You know what I mean? Somebody will show up, I'll say it. You know what I mean? Because after that display, I feel pretty good about handling myself.
You know what though, man? The one person that's laughing,
See, and Gilmore's laughing. He's like, see, Swerve, you look like a bitch. And like, it's not me. Gilmore's saying it, not me. But it's like, why is he laughing? Because you had the chance, Swerve. Fuck Booker T. You could have said, fuck you, right to his face. And what did you do? You waited till you're miles away in a safe space in your crowd going, yeah, fuck him. And you're not even on TV. And then you're a selfish person, man. You made the whole fucking thing about you now. Now the whole takeaway from the pay-per-view is you saying fuck Booker T. Straight clown behavior.
Vlad TV. He's the one that's laughing, because he got all this stuff, started and stirred up. And now Swerve Strickland, I thought this thing was over with. I really did. I swear to God, the last thing I thought about was waking up this morning to an FU.
And they're just laughing. They're fucking laughing, dude. They're laughing at his fucking face, bro. Oh my God. This is so funny. I love this reaction. This is so good.
He saw he did it too. He snuck it in there, dropped the mic, got the hell out of the ring.
Yeah, he did. He snuck it in real quick. Oh, and also for my amusement, fuck Booker T. And then he just ran away.
There's a word for that book. There's a word for that. I don't know what the word is, but there's a word for that. Somebody will tell me.
No, man, it's just this generation, man. This generation. Like I say, I'm an advocate for all young black talent getting into this business, but I'm an advocate for so many more young kids than just black, kids getting into this business. I'm an advocate for, anybody that got the talent to actually, make it to the next level. I'm gonna put a word in for them. And I think my reputation I've been solid, throughout my career. Like I say, I don't publicize a lot of things, but the guys out there, they know if I've been, on the side of, righteousness as far as this business goes. They know what Booker T has done behind the scenes. I don't have to, talk about it on social media. I'm not trying to get some extra, brownie points or anything for anything that I've done, but they know, they know. And people like Swerve, him and I, we cut from a different cloth, man. Totally cut from a different cloth. And there again, but I honestly, I wish nothing but the best for this dude, man.
Yeah, I feel that.
And I want to see him succeed. Will I ever say anything positive about him ever again? Probably not. You know what I mean? Will I ever put him over? As far as being a good worker and someone who could perhaps transform this bit. No, I probably would never ever do that again. You know what I mean? Because I've learned my lesson. It's like
got it before.
It's like a dog,
That's what it is, man, in AEW. They're all just making all this money, so it's just fuck everyone. It doesn't matter. You're not real fans. Don't matter. But you'll see, man, when you're all alone in that fucking big old house. Bills are paid. You're all alone. Nobody want to fucking talk to you, bro. Nobody likes you. Think about how that feels, man.
I mean, I got a boxer downstairs, man, and we fight He played, man, hard. I'm serious, man. He'll get the meanest growl that you've ever heard in your life. But trust me, when I put my hand in his mouth, he won't bite it. You know, he would not bite the hand that, you know what I mean? And so, there again, you know,
I just feel like, yeah, you got to have respect for the people who come before you. And I mean, and book, like anybody who laces up a pair of boots or even puts on a headset like me, you know, we owe a debt of gratitude to you and so many people who came out of that generation that made.
So there is Booker T and Bert Kreischer chugging a beer, taking his shirt off. Babe, Tony Hinchcliffe was on commentary on Raw. They put him on there for one match and he was roasting Michael Cole. How fucking funny is that? Their new the Kill Tony's on Netflix, the Netflix version today. Yeah, we got to watch that. Yeah, well, I hope they air that on Netflix. They're apparently they might not air the fucking roast of Mania. Here's the other thing too. I wonder if the YouTube Kill Tony's still on tonight too, or if he's just like go to Netflix and watch. Sorry guys, I'm talking to my wife over. But yeah, shout out Booker. Here we go. Penta and Dom. Here's my main event. Is this the main event? We haven't seen Seth yet or anything. Here's the people's main event. No. I agree. AEW does bring the worst out of a lot of these people. Yeah, man. It really has. It's really just shown like it just gives, I don't know. I don't know what happened. It just makes people go, oh, I got all this money now, so fuck you. Like, but they don't realize where it's like, okay, and then after 5 years, then what? Swerve. And let's say this thing does shit the bed and Tony can't just pay to keep it afloat on Warner. Let's say Warner just lost another $100 million on what movie was it? Babe, I forget. My fucking wife will remember. I can't remember. There's a movie that came out we were just talking about. God damn, I don't remember. I have to look it up. But there's a no, that made a shitload of money. There's a movie that WBD is expected. They're just putting it out on digital, and they're like, we're gonna take $100 million hit on this one. They're expected to just lose. They just came out today or whatever. This one movie, so I forget which one, but Phil Mark's out. But yeah, that too. So like, what if TNT just doesn't exist, and then he's gonna go on no networks or try? Like, you don't know, man. So it's just crazy to burn what bridges with Booker T. Like, you had the chance to say that to his face, and then you ran away and fucking said it. And you're like, for my own amusement. What? So you get an amusement out of looking like a little bitch? Like, I just think that's crazy. Damn, here we go. Penta cooking. But yeah, we'll see. I'll do streams for Double or Nothing. I'll do streams for All In as well. Like, of course, when those happen over the coming months. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. They really got to start doing something with AEW soon to pique interest. Like, I'm not sitting there going, oh, I can't wait to see what the Bucks say on Wednesday. It'll just be cringe, nonsensical bullshit, man. That doesn't matter, you know? So here during the break, Carlito's still on the ground. We got Penta. He's chopping fucking Dom on the outside of the ring. Throws him inside the ring. Didn't the Flash flop? Yeah, like a long ass time ago. Which is unfortunate because that movie's like not the worst superhero movie. Like, it's actually good. They just should have not used Ezra Miller because it was just him. He fucked up that whole movie for them, being a weirdo, you know? Ezra Pissbag, yeah. He just fucked it all up. They should have just went with someone else. And then it would have been all good. And like the holes, like, yeah, people point out the plot holes like in the story, and there are a couple, but that's because they literally were banking on, if that movie worked, we were going to get Flash 2 and 3 and Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton as old man Bruce Wayne. That's for real what was going to happen. But that movie flopped and they axed all that shit. So
At some point, you're not just going to be able to wear earmuffs. Maybe if you stop
True, Flash was actually pretty good. It was. Like, I get people shit on it, and people shit on CGI all the time now. I mean, listen, that's what's going to be in superhero movies, you know, and I get it. Yes, they've done some real bad CGI in Disney and shit. That one, not so much, like, compared to other movies. But yes, it was like big CGI fight near the end, whatever. So Dom is now working Penta to the top rope here, looking to superplex him off the top rope. Penta's fighting him off. And they're chanting, Dom, you suck, through this whole match. They have not stopped the whole commercial break. Dom, you suck, the whole commercial break. Oh, big chop from Penta. They're still like on the middle top rope. They're just working into like... There's going to be a big spot when they come back from commercial. The ref's just telling them to milk it. They're just trading blows. Yeah, the ref's in there telling them, wait, you're fucking 15 away from commercial, you know? So they're just trading blows. And then when we come back from black, they'll fucking, you guys are going to see something cool, hopefully. Yeah, Penta's fighting him off. Here we go. Yeah, you're going to see some cool shit, hopefully. Here we go. Yeah. Boom. Oh, the Three Amigos, so not a big move. Okay, they were just waiting for the commercial then. Wearing Uggs is like wearing a baby seal. Then the Snow White goof said, hold my beer. Yeah, I mean, that movie just looks fucking terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, Penta first loss coming up. I don't know about that, dude. Dom's going to get smoked here. Yeah, no, and I agree with someone said Jurassic Park. Yeah, they have the best, like, practical effects are always cool and better for sure, you know? But, like, when we're talking about motherfuckers who are, like, superheroes, you're going to have that, you know, like, to some degree. But, no, it would be cool if they, like, make up some of, like, you know, you watch Justice League, if, like, the main villain's not just a CGI monster. Like, Thanos worked. But it'd be cool if, like, you made a guy look monstrous with practical effects or something too one time. That I totally dig that. Yeah, that fucking Rachel Ziegler, she sucks. That movie is ass. Old school stop motion greater than everything. Yeah, dude. The AI scene in The Flash made the Grande Americano video look like Picasso. What AI scene? Like, are you talking about like the Superman, like where they showed the Supermans? Because that was just CGI. And I don't know. I like that scene. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it just showed, they just acknowledged all the universes before, you know, from before. And then if you're like a fan of the DC shows, you're like, oh, that's sick, you know. We we had Crisis on Infinite Earths, whatever. Does anyone believe WBD is going to be a part of TKO Group? No, but if they are, then yeah, AEW will be gone, dude, in 2 minutes. WWE will just absorb it and then use some of the tape library, and then a bunch of wrestlers won't have million six-figure jobs. No, that was AI CGI. I guess so. Like, they typed in AI, whatever. I don't think that's how they did it. I'm sure they laid out the scenes and storyboarded it all. In fact, I'm very confident that's how they did it. Here we go. Penta with the Penta driver. W. Quick win over Dom. That's what he's there for. And then Leto attacks him. Damn, backstabber. Now he's cooked. Now he's cooked. I'm rooting for TKO and WBD. Is that a thing, Ricky Day? You just keep saying shit, but nobody knows if that's like a thing. I mean, technically, WBD and WWE does talk to each other a lot. Yeah, for sure. They talk to everybody. Is that a rumor going around? I didn't know that, but yeah. If Warner Bros. Announced tomorrow, like, hey, we're done. We're selling, like, the movies will still be called Warner, but like whatever. If they just said some crazy shit, I wouldn't be. Holy fuck, that spear from Breaker! Oh my god, dude! Holy shit, dude! He did like a full flip. That's fucking insane, man. That's insane, bro. Yeah, Breaker's so good. Oh, he's going after Penta too. He don't give a fuck. Damn. I got my own gut feeling about it. Oh, so it's just like, yeah, okay. Well, then there you go. Fantasy mark booking. Yeah, I mean, if that happened, I mean, shit. But I just think AEW would go away. And then Finn. Damn, he just called him cabron. Is Sheamus hurt or something? I wonder what Sheamus is doing this Mania. It's crazy. He's not in the IC title hunt again or something.
This is going to be one of those sleeper matches in WrestleMania. I feel it. It is going to be explosive. Breaker, Balor, Dominic, Penta. Fatal four-way to the Intercontinental title. And they must watch. It's going to be explosive. And will Braun Breaker walk out the same way he walked?
Yeah, next week, next week, I bet we'll get like Breaker and Penta versus Dom and Finn, and then they all just blow up on each other and start brawling. And then fucking... Look at that spear, dude. That's fucking insane, bro. Holy shit. Shameless had a horrible fall and is super injured. Oh no, I didn't know about that. Fuck.
And it's going to be interesting to hear what the world champ has to say. Tomorrow morning on Raw Recap, Sam Roberts and Megan Durant will interview the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Raw Recap, first time.
Damn. So what is McAfee doing? Okay, Breaker goes and pounds McAfee and Burt Kreischer. Like a fist bump.
Before WrestleMania, we'll be on the West Coast. We will be over Metro, California to be a part of the final.
Sheamus's workout video with Lyra. Yeah, dude, she's fit. Let's be honest, if AEW shut down, all those who trashed WWE would crawl back to try and kiss ass. Yeah, of course. They're just kissing ass now for the money right now. And that's why Swerve's a goofball, because he's sitting there going, oh, but you guys, I'm not doing that, but you did that 20 years ago. Hell yeah, Roman next Monday on Raw.
Roman Reigns making history yet again at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. For the 11th time in his illustrious career, he will be part of the main event.
11 main events for Roman Reigns, bro.
Roman Reigns is alone. That is because his wise man
Yeah, WWE would not take back Shane. They wouldn't. Swerve is that same dude that said they're getting a show on Fox. Exactly. He's a fucking idiot, man. Braun may have the best spear gore ever. My God, he broke him in half. By God, he broke him in half. Moose Knuckles says, yep, to Jake. Dunn did what now? Even Nunzio was like, oh, damn. And we're getting American Made come out here again during the commercial break. Is this not how much is left of this show? Like an hour and a half or an hour left? So Gable's like saying, I came from Minnesota. I'm the only thing good to come out of Minnesota. And I have a Minnesota water.
Alongside the fastest rising star in WWE, El Grande Americano.
20 to 30 left. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm like,
In Las Vegas at WrestleMania, when Ray gets put down by the greatest luchador in wrestling history,
El Grande Americano. Yeah, so he's just saying I'm taking on the
is the greatest of all time. Just all learning about him, but learning about him, he has the exact same build.
Guys. Oh no. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. Guys, oh no. That's so unfortunate, guys. Kevin Castle passed away. Is this true? Oh my God. I think Kevin Castle from Wrestling Soup just passed away, man. Oh my God, that is so not good. Oh my God.
I'm going with somebody else.
Guys, I'm so sorry that I'm silent here. Oh my goodness. What happened? Does somebody know what happened? Oh my God. Does somebody know what happened? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here in silence. And I'm not yeah, I'm just looking at people tagging it now because somebody said it in chat here. So I looked. I just spoke with him like the other day. Oh my God. Yeah, so here's a post from someone saying, rest in peace, Kevin Castle. Thank you for inspiring me to be a podcaster. Honored to have known you. And yeah, oh my goodness, man.
On Wednesday night, you can see it. YouTube, TikTok Live, and on X. Surprises in abundance. It's going to be an amazing evening. Now, let's get back to Monday Night Raw. Paul Heyman's in the ring.
Oh my goodness. That's so sad. Yeah, rest in peace to Kev Castle. This one's dedicated to him and his and the Wrestling Soup boys and to Wrestling Soup in general. Oh man, this is incredibly sad.
Always be loyal to my tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm a little distracted right now. This is incredibly off-putting and sad. So they'll be in Discord right after Raw, guys. I'm going to share this. Make sure you go and check that out and pay your respects, please. To Kevin Castle, and they'll be at dtkcdiscord.com and immediately following Raw. Oh boy, it's incredibly sad. I'm incredibly sad right now. I'm sorry I'm on the air and this happened, guys. But I don't really give a shit as much as I'm just concerned about, you know, what's going on over here. Yeah. If he hasn't, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on as far as yeah. It's incredibly sad, man. Yeah. Chat, sorry, we're just sitting in silence. The sound of silence. Just ended, Phil, understood. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm just it's just like a gut punch, you know. It's really unfortunate. It's incredibly, incredibly sad and unfortunate, you know. Just give me a sec, guys, here. I'm gonna check in with you all. If anyone in chat knows what happens, not that I'm trying to be like nosy or snoopy. I just a couple days ago, I guess, you know, people were like, keep Kevin your prayers. And from there, I mean, God only knows. But this show's dedicated to him, most definitely.
It's about
So incredibly sad. I think I was maybe on the air with him one time ever, but beyond that, we just sort of chatted a little bit on Twitter. You know, disagreed about some stuff, agreed about some stuff. He's a gen before me, but just a ledge, you know, like God, really sad, man. Really, really sad.
Who are you, Paul Heyman? Who do you want to be? Are you going to be the very best friend to CM Punk?
I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I just really don't. I really hope that it. I mean, there are people saying RIP. Someone said it in chat, and then there's people tweeting that out now. Like I apologize if this is like a moment where everyone jumped the gun. I don't think that's the case, though, and very unfortunately. And yeah, just keep him and his family and Soup Boys and everyone in your thoughts and prayers and best energies their way. I don't know what else I can say. I'm incredibly sad. This is incredibly unfortunate news if it's the case. And let's say it's a case where a miracle happens, and then still, you know, that's what we need. Plinian says, Phil, if you got to end the stream, we get it. We're all here for you. Yeah, man. Don't. Yeah, we're here. Thanks for that. Thank you for being here for me, buddy. You know. Yeah, just prayers up. Thank you, chat. Yeah, for being really. Yeah, I'm kind of shook by that. Yeah. I mean, guys, I wasn't like overly close with him or something, like, you know, but it's just somebody that you admire, and it's like, what the fuck, you know, and like, just literally, I think him and I were talking like a few days ago on public Twitter, like a week ago or two, maybe, a week, maybe not even that long ago, and also just like, he's really close boys with some of my buds, you know, so. It's really just incredibly, just as a broadcaster too, it's like, fuck, man, what a kick in the fucking nuts. Like one of the good ones, man, you know? Fuck. Yeah. No, I'm good. I got water, guys. We're here. We're here. Don't worry. I'm locked in. Fortunately, this is live. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to chill. We're listening to Seth here, and we're just keeping them in our thoughts, and then we're all going to go check out the Discord. We're going to check out the Discord immediately following this. I think I'll just keep that pulled up so you guys all know where to go, and you can you all can listen to what they have going on over there. Okay, I'm going to so there, we'll put that on screen there. That's the link. That's the URL. You all can go there after, and for the typical, I believe, Raw post show, and there you go. And yeah. Yeah, I just feel for the Soup Boys right now, and like John Draper and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, you know, Mission them, but like that's who I'm feeling for right now, you know? So like more than myself, guys. So I'll be okay. But yeah, definitely. Sorry if I sound real shook up though, you know what I mean? I you know, unfortunately these things happen live, and but yeah, we're just, that's who this is dedicated to right here. And thank you to whoever in chat just said it, because I didn't think someone would come in this chat and joke about that. So whoever said that made me look into it, and yeah.
Did he come back because you asked him to come back? Did he come back and embrace you and take you with him? No.
And so Rollins is shaming Heyman for CM Punk, for the CM Punk stuff. And he's going to, he's reminding Heyman that he was the first choice for War Games, not Punk. Yeah, prayers up for sure, man. I don't know if we can pin it here. Is that the Discord, like to their Discord, Lincoln, or ours? I want to pin theirs. If you guys go to that link that's written there, dtkcdiscord.com for the post show. If any of you want to remember Kevin Castle, donate to your local cattery, okay? And yeah, I will pin that one as the top comment here, as long as it's theirs. Theirs, thank you. Yeah, let me pin this to the top of the chat on the Clips channel. It's the best I can do. Why would you trust Paul Heyman at this point? I would think he would stay in my corner just as likely to stab you in the back. No doubt. No doubt. I think him and Seth will align. Ultimately, I know that's kind of hack to say because everybody said it, but I like Rollins' outfit. That was ours. I'll find theirs. Thank you, dude. Yeah, sorry. Just this, it's. I think if you go to dtkcdiscord.com, it reroutes right to their Discord, and I'll pin that one. Okay, and I got it. Thanks, buddy, Lincoln, for doing that, man. I really appreciate that. Paul E. Fatman is a good, honest Jew. His own words. Yeah. I think Jake will let you know if he passes the kosher test on that. No. Trying to have a laugh, guys. I'm just hoping that like whatever, this isn't true or something, you know. That's all. But you guys, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem the case. So. Okay, train of thought. Stop it. Stop, dude. You got a fucking Smurf profile pic. I just don't want to get into that. You know what I mean? Everybody just, trust anyone till they give you the reason not to, or don't trust anyone till they give you a reason to trust them. That's how you play it. I don't think whether they're Jewish or any other ethnicity or religious background or whatever, I don't think any of that matters. Okay, everybody love everybody, and especially in times like this, man. Tell your people, man. Okay. The news is confused. It is. That's the point of it, though, right? It's to just keep people. Damn, sussy Seth here. It is though. You are right, bro. I'm just going off. Sorry, just trying to have a little hope. Did Meltzer report? No. Bully Ray made sense of it. Yeah, Seth's all spicy. He's like rubbing his fingers across his lapel and pulling his little red handkerchief out of his front pocket. Now he's going to start beating him up. Soup right there. Oh, yeah, they have their own thing, of course. Why wouldn't they? They're only the fucking goats in the game, man. One of the good ones. Everybody go and support. Damn, Heyman's firing up and saying, what is Plinian doing here? For 20, Plinian, let's make Phil laugh in honor of his upcoming show with Oscar and Jenna. Yes, and then next week, Kermit and Mia Khalifa. Don't forget. That's my lineup as Punk hits the ring. I don't know if I'm going to laugh terribly that much. I do when I get uncomfortable, brother. And thank you for the support. Please go and Plinian, if there's anything to support Kev Castle, I will send this one forward personally myself as well. Okay, this 20 spot, and let's support if there's anything for Kev Castle that we can do. And his people. Let's find out tonight on the Discord, and I'll pay this one forward, Plinian. Okay, thank you very much for supporting and for putting a smile on my face. That you guys do as well. And you're the community. He was a guy in the IWC. He was an OG in this space. We should all be together right now, So I'm here. I'm here with you guys too, and you're here for me. So it's all good. And I appreciate it. We're watching Punk brawl Seth out, and I'd be way more into this, obviously, if the circumstances, right, permitted. It would be a much more fired up Phil here going, oh my goodness, he's going to stomp him. Insane. So it's really heating up. No Roman to be found. Seth gets away, and then a stomp on Punk. Outsmarts Punk. Heyman's there. Oh no, Punk got stomped. And yeah. Never eat 8 tacos. When you're with Kermit, watch out for the BGC. Yeah, you got to look out for those BGCs, dude. There we go. Never eat 8-inch eight inch. Now we're talking about 8 inches, B. Sorry. Now you got me all, I'm all hot and bothered here now. Trader Thoughts. I'm talking about 8 inches. Never eat 8 tacos in a row. You will just feel fat and depressed after. Yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do. What are you talking about? Depressed? No. Damn, that's sad. God, just wait until I show you Rude Kermit on Twitch. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so now Rollins looking good after looking kind of like a punk in the last one. He's getting his moment. As this show goes off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, I did want to stick around and make fun of Dave Meltzer tonight. I just don't think it's like I can do that appropriately and feel good about myself in this moment in time. I'm going to head over to the Soup Discord. If people did jump the gun and are saying RIP too quickly, which has happened, but definitely there are people who, I'm showing you this tweet. They're saying you need to tune in, especially if you're a fan of Kev. So I will just say this one is dedicated to Kev, to Soup, and everything else he has going. I mean, can we click on Kev's let's click on Rolling Stone, like it fucking look, man, this guy is the man, okay? Featured in Rolling Stone, top pro wrestling podcast, third man of Wrestling Soup. And yeah, prayers to him and theirs. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we end on a bit of a sad note tonight. Unfortunately, Raw was solid, but I'm going to go check in with the Soup boys. And I appreciate you all for being here. I always end the show by saying take care of each other, love each other, hug each other. And I mean it when I say it, and drink lots of water. And I mean that shit. And this is why, because you don't know, man. And life is short. And yeah, you know what I mean? I appreciate you all for being here. This was another eclectic edition. Wednesday will be lots of laughs and fun, I'm sure. But for today, we celebrate Kev and we try and put our best energies. And yeah, I appreciate you all, guys. With that being said, drink lots of water, take care of each other. I will see you all in the Upside Down. Peace.
It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills.
There he is, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah.
You can't literally run a promotion just for the AEW, what do they call them, sickos?
Thank you very much, TikTok and AEW. See you tonight.
Tony Khan started telling people there's no such thing as long-term booking anymore. It's week to week.
The best guys, Tony Khan. Because we just secured the bag.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It was just sort of happened naturally. But it was never something I intended. It was just something that happened because the wrestlers asked me to do things in matches, and I do them.
If you run a promotion just for the sickos, you're going to do 400,000 viewers eventually.
Effing melts.
Know that SmackDown actually went over and everything?
Yeah. What's the point?
The point is SmackDown.
What are you getting at here?
That the DVRs didn't pick it up.
Did they not pick it up?
Mine didn't.
Let's get into everybody's favorite moment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.
What would you like to listen to in your ears?
I'd like to hear the flute.
Well, if you'd like to flaunt your flute, then we can find you a flautist.
We have just secured the bag.
It doesn't help me.
Okay, so complain, but
I will complain.
Let me out my misery.
And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
You better run a promotion for everybody. The sickos can be the ones that buy tickets first and spend the most money on the merchandise.
Because we have just secured the bag.
But like, you got to promote for everybody. Then you'll have a lot of viewers.
I think we proved a lot of so-called experts. We made them look like idiots. We're not going anywhere. Tony Khan's not going anywhere.
You'll also be there on TNT. You'll be in 2 places at once. You'll be like my favorite movie. Lifetime. So great, Pittsburgh.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It sort of happened naturally.
The best guy is Tony Khan.
Keep themselves safe.
Backyard wrestling, the scourge of our nation's youth. Now, I'm not talking about whacking your buddy with a pine cone or knocking your sister into the hedges. That's good, clean fun. These backyard wrestlers are beating each other brain dead with light bulbs and barbed wire. Why? We'll explore this violent phenomenon by talking